All right, it's Thursday night. It's time for the BS sessions with my brother from Nutter Mudder, Mr. Jerry Supe. Big Sexy. What's up, brother?
Yep, I am doing fucking outstanding. I will be at the beach in a couple days. You know how much I like the fucking beach. Sipping cocktails, eating shrimp, having a good old fucking time.
Singing Kokomo.
But before I tell you what, before I go on, there are some music that's appropriate for the beach, like Jimmy Buffett and stuff like that. But here, like in Cookeville, Tennessee, it pisses you off. It's like I don't fucking hear that. But if you're in the right atmosphere, like Beach Boys, Jimmy Buffett, the beach, it's nice actually. It
Sammy
fits the
Hagar.
mood.
Sammy
Well,
Hagar's
fuck it.
got a Jimmy Buffett album, so
Yeah,
there's
Sammy
Yeah, that
Hagar can
album
bite.
sucks.
Sammy Hagar
Living
can
It Up's
bite my
horrible.
ass. But anyway, I'm doing fucking great. Looking forward to doing. And Al just turned into a black.
Well,
Oh, okay.
it's out.
Look like you
He
had your
just
head down.
blended in. You look like he went deaf.
It looked like a
No.
silhouette for a second.
looks like
That
Black
was
Sabbath.
cool.
Album.
Anyway, I'm doing good. Let's introduce the guests here. We got Joseph Staub, my brother from Heavy Water 77. He will be on Cranium Radio, 9 p.m. Eastern on Sunday night. Everybody here needs to at least jump in and say hi if you can. I intend to. I'm going to be on vacation and I'm going to join just because I want him to fucking succeed. So, he's always better than me anyway, so he's probably going to get
Here he
me
goes
fired, take
again.
my spot. But
Dude,
anyway, I wish him well.
he's like that. I've been trying to prop him up for years. Dude, you're just as good as I am. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. You know.
And then we got Favio Vegas. How you doing, dude?
Doing great. Looking forward
Just
to
great?
talking about the 80s.
Awesome. You're not like awesome, totally fucking psyched. No? Okay. Well.
At least you're not calling it the Gaities.
Yeah.
I love
And
the
then
80s.
there's
That's
my-
my, that's my,
the whole
that's my
show now.
jam.
I got to party
Love
with this
everything
guy for a few days. A couple weeks ago. Andy Rodriguez, how you doing, dude?
I'm doing all right, man.
he
Excited to
drink?
do this show.
Does he drink?
I don't think Andy drank much, did you, while you were there? I think you may have had a beer or something.
I had a
didn't
beer.
you?
Yeah.
I drank.
I was
pretty
driving,
much all the
so-
way through it.
So you
I
were
was
like
driving
his,
Jerry
you were like
around,
his,
so.
you were like holding him up while he's falling down. So
No, I wasn't
good for
falling down.
Nah.
Dude, I can handle my booze, dude. And you know what? My daughter can handle her booze. I'm proud of her. She's a very good drinker, so I'm happy with that.
Runs in the
Is that-
family.
Is that something to be proud of? I don't know, but I am. But anyway, Al Horta, man, how you doing? With the coolest fucking name on the internet, Be Cooler, Be Podcast Out. How you doing, dude?
I'm good, man. It's happy Friday Eve. You know what I mean? And just coming on and discuss some great 80s bands that we all love, man.
Still
And maybe-
sporting the old Paul Stanley doll back there, I see.
Yeah, Paul, you know.
He likes the hairy chest on there.
Say hello, Paul.
That's funny. That's fucking
Hey,
hilarious.
Paul.
The hairy chest, yeah.
Yeah, look at that chest. Great hair chest, man.
Does it have the little rose tattoo?
Do you like to get high?
Actually, doesn't,
Okay.
I was backstage drinking some
Oh
vodka
no!
and orange juice.
Don't do it.
You like to get high? Okay.
I was backstage with the Bartles and James.
Thanks for having me on, man.
With my two
Zimas.
brothers, Bartles and James.
Bartles and James. Wow, that's definitely an '80s thing.
You just aged us.
That and
Yeah, 'cause
Zimas,
I
man. Remember
thought He
Zimas?
drank wine coolers
Oh.
in the 80s.
I bought Zima once. I drank one bottle and gave it to this girl, and she loved it. And I was done. I go, this is horrible.
But you know
That's
one
what
alcohol
the
that's
drink.
never gone up in price and it always does the job? Boone's Farm. I'm telling you.
For
$5
real.
a bottle hasn't gone up at all in the 30 years. I mean, it has it, but it'll fuck you up and do the job.
But they
I
did
prefer
get rid of Night Train. That's it.
and Cisco too. Remember Cisco?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, Wild Irish Rose? Come on.
Fuck
I've
it.
never heard of Cisco. What is that?
Matt, Cisco
It's
is
like
like
a-
another kind
Isn't
of
that a
like,
90s rapper?
Yeah.
I don't know.
2000s.
that was
got
a he was a '90s rapper.
Boone's
Yeah.
Farm is to the '80s what Four Loco is to the 2000s.
It's still literally $5 a bottle, man. I mean,
I
it's
still
not
gotta,
gonna
I still gotta try that.
inflation
Four Loko.
beaters, man. It is an
That-
inflation beater.
From what I heard, the original Four Loco was like drinking like airplane lighter fluid.
Ooh.
They changed it so it's not as bad now.
Ah.
Apparently, I've never had it, but I heard the original one like would send you to Mars basically.
I do want to try it and bring it on the podcast and drink it and see what happens.
There's all these different flavors of it. It's,
I tell you what, something I was impressed with. I tried a couple weeks ago. It's Hulk Hogan beer, dude. What's it called? Real American.
Real American beer.
It's fucking good.
Never tried.
Hopefully
It's good,
better than
brother.
his
It's
entrance
good.
song.
Did you ever have Stone Cold Steve Austin's beer?
No, but I've always wanted. They never have it here. The Broken
Broken
Skull,
Skull
whatever it's
IPA.
called. Yeah. Yeah.
IPA, my favorite.
I like that
Anyway,
show that he had on CMT.
Oh, I did too. That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that was badass. In fact, they still show it on Pluto, especially on weekend nights.
Yep.
They show the
Not just
Broken
one
Skull
cool
guys.
dude. If you're a wrestling fan or not, Steve Austin's a cool dude.
Yeah, dude, he is.
I like John Cena. He's pretty funny.
Yeah, he found his niche in comedy. He was a horrible, serious.
I'm
action star.
loving
He
that
does
Peacemaker
good comedy,
show.
man. He
Loving
does.
that
I know.
Peacemaker.
All right, then Tim Whereasnick. How you doing, dude?
I am here.
Dude, you go to the hairdresser, man. Your hair looks all nice. You got the beard going nice, man.
No.
No wife beater.
No,
You're togging up for us tonight. We
Just
appreciate
me.
that, man. Thank you. Cool. And then, do you like Huey Lewis in the News? Yes, I do. Mark Daly, how you doing, dude? Great picture in the background, by the way.
Screaming for Vengeance. Also, that is a line from American Psycho. Do you like Huey Lewis in the News? That's like paying homage to the 80s, as well as the Screaming for Vengeance shirt. So
Was that Christian Bale that said that?
Yep.
Yes.
yes.
Thought so. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
That's
that.
a great movie.
So
My
you
favorite-
have,
there's
you
a
have to
really
be
funny-
enthusiastic when you answer that, or otherwise you get the ask. Okay.
My favorite thing ever was they did the College Humor, I think it was, did a sketch where it was Huey Lewis and Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
playing those
Funny or
characters.
Die.
Funny or Die.
Yeah.
All right.
And it was hilarious. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Don't ever
All
cover
of,
my songs again.
all of a sudden, Huey Lewis is like
Yeah.
killing Weird Al Yankovic with an axe, and it's hilarious.
Also paying homage to Jimi Hendrix 55 years ago today. Died September 18th, 1970.
Cheers.
Today?
Jimmy.
Really? I never knew that.
Today, 55 years ago today.
Good BS topic there. Rest in peace, Jimmy. You ruled.
another
55.
member of the
Fuck.
27 Club.
When
50
is
fucking
that
5
episode
years
coming
ago,
out?
man.
I didn't write it in BS notes.
And then we got Mark on the job. We know who that fucking guy is.
Yeah, you don't need to introduce me.
But,
I'm
all
here.
right, dude. Let's get started with some BS. We got a full house tonight.
Oh shit. Yeah. Let's get started. Robert Redford died at 89, Jerry.
Legend. Rest in peace, dude. Love him, man. Fucking Butch Cassidy, man, is one of my all-time favorite movies, man. I mean, he had that thing. What was that thing? That movie? What was it called? The movie, whatever he had. It was not Cannes, but something like that. What was his? Come on, you guys know. He had like a movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
in
you're right. He had a
Colorado.
movie festival.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Sundance.
Sundance. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Helped a lot of. It was really good with the struggling actors and young actors.
Yeah.
He always tried to
Oh,
help.
yeah.
He seemed like a really nice guy, and man, he's got a lot of great movies, dude. So thank you for all that, and rest in peace, man.
Yeah, that Sundance really hit its peak big time in the 90s.
Yeah.
Big time. All sorts of stuff was coming out of there in the 90s. That was great.
Had their own network back then too.
Yeah.
They did. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Mark. Robert Redford, man. You were talking a lot about him in the BS chat, so keep going with it.
Yeah, best winner as a director, actually, for Ordinary People. He was a great director, too. Check out Quiz Show. It was a
Yeah.
very
Oh, yeah.
interesting show in the 50s where, to improve the ratings, they got the very good-looking guy. They gave him the questions ahead of time.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like a big scandal. So check that out. That's how I'm going to.
That's with
Quiz
that
Show.
was with one of the Turturro brothers, right?
John Turturro.
Yeah.
John Turturro.
and-
Yeah, I didn't know
love
this.
John
That's a
Turturro.
good movie.
Yeah.
You know
So-
what? He's a Jesus.
He was awesome as Monk's brother too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was good in that.
But
role.
he's a Jesus.
Oh, in the
Jesus.
Twilight Zone episode. I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Yeah.
We're
Really
both
great
in.
episode of The Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
It's what's it called? Nothing in the Dark. Really great episode of Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I love about the Twilight Zone. And all this, you'll see actors that became famous later and other things.
yeah,
Like, hey,
Burgess Meredith,
Burgess
and all kinds
Meredith,
of
William Shatner.
I mean, yeah.
Something's
so
on the
many-
wing.
Yeah, so many actors that will be later in other things, and you're like, hey, they're in this.
It was
Yeah,
well written. Actors
Yeah.
flocked to the
Samantha
show,
from
man.
Bewitched.
Yeah.
I like that Shatner, but I
The-
tell you what, the movie with John Lithgow's
Oh, John
better,
Lithgow.
I thought.
And then he redid it on Third Rock from the Sun. an
Oh, did he?
episode. Yeah, he goes, something's
Oh,
on the
okay.
plane, Barry. Something's on the plane, Barry.
I gotta get in the ambulance at the end. Dan Aykroyd said, "You want to see something really scary?" That's how the Twilight Zone movie ended. I love that part.
It started with that too.
Yeah.
Driving,
No, it did?
listening to Midnight Special by Creedence.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
Long time, but you're right. That and the one with the fucking the kid that had that all that power. He like made his family
Go to the
field.
wood.
Go to
Peanut
the
butter
Yeah,
hamburger,
yeah,
whatever
rabbit.
was weird. Yeah, took
Billy
the mouth off
Mummy.
his sister. That was
Yeah.
creepy, dude.
You're a bad man.
That's Billy Mummy from Lost in Space, by the way.
Yeah.
And
That was
Barnes and
fucking
Barnes. You ever
creepy.
heard the song Fish Heads?
Yeah,
That was him.
unfortunately, I have. Yeah,
Yeah.
no shit, really.
That was him. Yeah.
Wow.
Fish heads, roll
Eat them up, yum.
Eat them up, yum. All right,
Anyway,
man.
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford,
Yeah,
Fabio.
thank you.
Yeah, he's got such a long list of films. Certainly haven't seen them all, but yeah, he's made some great movies. And I remember as a kid, me and my dad loved watching Butch Cassidy, Sundance, also one of my favorites. And The Sting, which was also cool because you got to see the pair
shit,
again
yeah.
together.
Yeah,
That song.
and then
dude.
And even later, I love I love Sneakers and Legal Eagles in the 80s. and
Legal
90s.
Eagles. Yeah, another good one.
Daryl
Yeah.
Hannah, right? She was
Yeah,
in
yeah.
it.
And
Yeah,
Deborah
a
Winger.
lot of great movies.
Oh,
And,
that
I
Daryl's
agree,
in
he
there.
Was she?
did a lot for the industry.
Yeah, he's a good
So,
man.
yeah,
It's
he'll
like
be
we
missed.
lost Paul and we lost him, man. Years apart, but man, what great actors. But Andy, what's your take?
Yeah, I'm not a I've only seen one movie with Robert Redford, and I'm pretty sure y'all can guess what that movie is.
Butch Cassidy and the
Natural.
Sundance Kid.
Huh?
Butch
The Natural.
Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. No.
The Natural.
The
Oh,
Natural.
okay. That's a good
Great
one.
baseball.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
that's
baseball
another
dude.
great-
What the hell? I knew it.
Yeah, I can watch that over and over and over. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And I really do respect what he did off camera for the movie industry. And he was always a top-notch, very well-respected gentleman of Hollywood for over 50 years. And he always held himself up right. So, yeah, may God bless Robert Redford. He was...
Usually when you're not in the news a lot, that means you're doing something good. I mean,
Yeah.
'cause-
Yeah, right.
Or no one is. I've never seen anyone have a bad thing to say about him.
No, never.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Joseph, movie guy.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Redford was just, especially in like the early to mid 70s, was in just such an amazing string of great films. You had Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, of course. That was really kind of what broke him out. And then one of my favorite movies of all time that was brought up is The Sting. I just think it is one of my comfort movies of all time. If I just want to put on a movie and enjoy it and just sit back and relax for a couple hours, that's usually a movie that I go to because it has so many amazing performances. Robert Redford, Paul Newman, and just as the leading characters, and then all these little bit parts from people that you recognize from other things, but they just do a great job playing that role. And then, of course, Robert Shaw as the villain in that movie is one of his best performances. And just it's such a fun movie. It's serious at times, but it's a fun movie in my opinion. And it's one of my all-time favorite movies, and I think he does an amazing job in it. Then he went on to do 3 Days of the Condor later in the 70s, and then one of my favorite movies of all time, All the President's Men, about Watergate.
I forgot. I saw that
Him
one
and Dustin
too.
Hoffman.
Him
right?
and Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was
that
was
fantastic.
he the guy in Indecent Proposal? Was he the one
Yes.
trying
Yes.
to buy Demi?
Yes.
Demi Moore.
Mhm.
Was he the one? That's right. Yeah.
That was him.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course in
And
the
Woody
70s,
Harrelson.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was in A Bridge Too Far, which is a great war movie about World War II. And then, of course, into the 80s, he started to become a director, even more. Ordinary People, like was mentioned, he won a Best Director Oscar for that. Really great film. Did some really great movies he directed in the 80s and 90s, as well as acted in Decent Proposal. A couple other movies, Out of Africa. A couple other movies in the 80s and 90s that he was in. But for me, that run of movies in the early to mid 70s that he did is just absolutely phenomenal. Great actor. I loved the couple movies he did pairing with Paul Newman. They had a great rapport together. Just a really, really great actor. And for like we've said, everything I've heard about him, seems like a really great guy as well. So definitely thoughts and prayers to his family and friends. And
Shit, up close. Up Close and Personal, that was great.
Yeah.
Oh, The Great Waldo Pepper, that was a great fucking movie too.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, man, he was in a lot of good shit.
I
He was in
know.
The Legend of Beggar Vance. He was in that movie. I remember him
Mhm.
being in that movie. I guess he was. Damn, he's in a lot of great stuff, man. What a great legacy he left. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, guys.
All right, Tim.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies by him, and I think it's such a great movie that was kind of went under the radar, and I don't know why, was Spy Game.
Oh, yeah.
I think it is because it came out right after 9/11 and it just didn't really catch up in the movie theaters. But I do remember the release
I
right
just thought
after.
it was a great movie about a great subject, you know.
That was Brad Pitt, right?
Yeah.
With him? Yeah.
And then
That was
Sneakers,
good.
of course, was just
Sneakers.
That was great.
that was a great movie. I mean, Dan Aykroyd and Sidney Poitier, and he had a cast, you know, and he could play off them. And I just thought that was a great flick too. Yeah, R.I.P.
All right, Al.
You guys pretty much touched on everything. Brubaker, another great one.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Decent Proposal, man. I remember that one. I remember going to the movies to see that one.
Same here.
That was a great one.
Somehow he got a Razzie Award for that. I have no idea how.
Did he really?
Oh, wow.
It got.
Yeah.
It was like
It-
a Razzie's like for worst performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like they wanted to like throw a dart at him. That's all.
Yeah.
What was it for $1 million?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the million.
Hey, babe, I'm selling you for $1 million.
Hey, remember in Kingpin, Woody wanted to sell the one dude for $1 million to Chris Elliott.
That was a great movie too.
It was.
But yeah, man, yeah, he's been in a lot of great movies. So rest in peace. He left behind a great legacy. So,
Yeah.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, man. I mean that.
Don't
I
get any
remember
better
seeing
than
that.
that.
I remember seeing that as a kid, bro, and I was fucking. I need to see that movie again. I haven't seen it in years.
I got it in my
So good.
cart that Joseph
Still one of
sent
the
me. I
best
still haven't
endings
bought it yet.
ever.
Yeah. Don't
I gotta-
spoil it because I forgot it. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. No.
I got to get that. I love the Sting. I love Robert Redford. I've never seen a bad movie with him.
I gotta see the Sting again too.
Yeah,
Like I said, I could put that movie on anytime, and just it's one of my favorite movies just to put in and watch. It's such a fun movie to watch.
It is. That's the perfect
And-
way to
and-
describe it. Is fun. Yep.
just
absolutely.
remember he was in the Marvel universe. Hail Hydra.
He was in
He was.
Captain America, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He was in the Winter Soldier. Captain America.
And Avengers.
Hail Hydra. All right, let's move on. But I just got one thing to say.
I'll be back in a
Brian-
minute, man.
All right. Brian Davis talks about this, and I think he's right. Where are the true movie stars of this era? Who do we have?
There are none.
Who?
There are none.
There are none.
Well, they're there, but they're old.
Not in the same way as there used to
There's-
be. Where like
there's
There's no
some
Bruce
good
Willis.
ones.
There's no Arnold. There's no George Clooney.
There's
I
no
think George-
Tom Hanks. Really?
I feel like
nothing.
Timothy
Oh.
Chalamet is on his way there.
Possibly.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, there's nobody in this generation where like there was dozens of people in the 70s and 80s where like literally on the strength of their name alone, you would go to see that
Yeah.
movie.
You would go see the movie. There's not an actor
There's
like
nobody
that.
like that.
Tom
anymore.
Hanks,
just
Bruce
seen a
Willis.
Yeah, where you just like,
Schwarzenegger.
oh, this is a Stallone movie. I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah,
This
Exactly.
is a Clint Eastwood movie. I'm gonna go see it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
Schwarzenegger.
there's some almost ones like Glenn Powell, for instance. I think he's a great actor.
I think
but
he's
not-
getting there.
I don't think he's getting there. That girl that played in Ozark, I think, is a really great actress. What's her name? Julie something. I can't remember. She was in Weapons. I think she's a great actress.
But there's not really anybody.
but
with
not on that
kind of
level
name.
that you mentioned.
There's
No,
nobody with
not
that
at
kind
all.
of name value anymore.
No.
I think Chalamet's about there.
Yes,
he's
you're right.
one that
But I don't think
But then again,
anybody even
You got to remember
Chalamet
these
isn't-
studios.
Hmm.
They promoted these actors.
True,
They got
yeah.
behind them. You know, there was a lot of marketing going on with these actors.
But also think how many of them were household names. I don't think anybody.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
anybody under the age of 50 that's an actor
Yeah.
today is a
I
household
think
name.
the last ones were Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Yeah.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
think those are the only two
Yeah.
And
I
they're
said
still
they were.
around, so,
Yeah.
you know.
And then I mean,
Ben
there's
Affleck and Matt Damon, they're
there's
probably
some
a little
people-
younger than
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
There's some people that I would say in like the late 2010s. I mean, the late 2000s, early 2010s that were that way, but not nearly the amount of. I mean, think about how many. Anytime we talk about 70s movies, especially 70s movies, think about all of those actors and
Charles
actresses.
Bronson,
Bronson, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro,
Dustin Hoffman,
Dustin Hoffman, Robert Redford, Paul Newman, all these actors.
De Niro.
Yeah.
You said Richard Dreyfuss, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
Marlon Brando. All these people that just like no matter.
Jack Nicholson.
Harrison Ford became that way.
Yeah,
Harrison Ford held up multiple movie franchises just because of his name.
Yeah.
They're called bankable stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, even then, you look back,
gonna
especially
make
into the old Hollywood system in like the 30s and 40s. Literally, people would go to see a movie just because of who was in it, because the movie poster would just be a person's name. Like they'd have no clue what this movie was about. It would just be Marlena Dietrich in big letters, and like, okay, I'm gonna go see that. But or like,
I think Chris Pratt was getting there. He seemed to quiet down lately, but he was getting there.
Yeah, you know,
Humphrey
Bogart was in a movie. You were going to see it.
Yeah.
And both those redheaded girls, fucking
Nicole Kidman.
No, she does. She'll take any role nowadays. The one that was in Jurassic Park.
Dallas Howard.
Yes.
Dallas Howard.
And the other one, the other redhead, the real pretty one.
Howard, right? Oh, you already said Dallas Howard.
No, the other one, Jessica.
I don't know.
No.
What about the one who was in the new Jurassic Park?
That's the thing. Here's the thing, though. We're sitting here saying, that one over there, that one right there,
Scarlett Johansson.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, but I don't think she could do a movie by herself.
But that's the thing, is like all those people.
Jessica Chastain. She's a good actress too.
All those
who was the girl in the Hunger Games? Jennifer Lawrence. I don't think.
Yeah. But here's the thing: all those people that were kind of like in and around the Marvel universe, they got huge because of that. But then you try to put them out in a movie on their own, it won't do shit.
No, they need people around them now. It's like concerts, like old bands to do a stadium. They got to have all these other bands with them.
Well, that's the thing. Just think about how many like ensemble movies you see nowadays.
Yeah,
you see there's like
and
3 or 4 of them in a movie.
Former wrestlers are like the biggest stars now.
Whereas
Cena,
like
Batista.
in the 70s and before, you could put one actor in a movie and it'd be the entire selling point of the movie.
Yeah.
Like you put Clint Eastwood, some of those movies that Clint Eastwood put out in the 70s, he was the only named person in it.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a lot of people around him that would be in a lot of his movies.
Oh, the Dirty Harry franchise, for Christ's sake.
I got that on
Blu-ray over here. You bring up the wrestlers. That's a good point, because The Rock is kind of like today's Stallone and Schwarzenegger.
But even he doesn't have the power that he did in years past.
He's kind of but he's doing a dramatic film right now. So
I'm not saying he's as good, but I mean, he's in basically massive blockbusters at least once a year.
I think
Jack Black used to be like that, though.
I think this day and age, Batista is a little bit more of a drawing power than The Rock is, actually.
Well, I don't know about that. I like Dave Bautista. I think he's cool, but you know.
Well, I can see where Jack Black sold movies with just his name alone there for a little bit.
Yeah,
he did.
He did. If you look at how much money every single Rock movie makes, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And most of them aren't that good.
None of them are any good. I can't remember the last time he made a good movie.
I love Walking Tall, man. That was I love that movie.
I love The Rundown. I love a lot of good movies with him. There's a lot of good movies. I like Jumanji with him.
Anyway, we are completely down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just wanted to make one more point. The same thing with actors. What about directors? There's no named director out there anymore either.
I mean, it's the ones that have been around forever. Anytime Christopher Nolan makes a movie, it's going to do good. Anytime Tarantino makes a movie, it's going to do good.
Yeah, but it's not as much as there used to be.
Movies.
That's true.
There's not as many as there used to be.
Well, of course not, but also it's because the studio system is not the way it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right.
Say the same thing about music with bands.
Yeah.
Bands and solo artists. It's the same thing.
Record companies, yeah.
Well, let's move on here. I'll get my little sports news in here. Kershaw is retiring today, and then also L.A. Kings Anze Kopitar is retiring. He said it right after Kershaw. But the thing with Kopitar, he wants to stay in the shadows, so that was kind of smart of him to do it on the same day.
Why is he retiring today? I didn't read the article. Why?
Anze Kopitar?
No, Kershaw.
It's 37 years old. He just wants to go with his family. It's been this for years.
But today, not the end of the season. That's weird.
No, he's going to go at the end of the season.
Oh, okay. I think you said today.
Yeah, his last start is going to be tomorrow against the Giants. Yeah.
That's true.
regular,
The season's
regular
over with.
season
That's
stuff.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
but congratulations to Kershaw. I know you want to spend time with your family. And Anze Kopitar won 2 championships, 2 Stanley Cups with the Kings. So 2 LA Legends in one day gone after this next season. So I'll
Fuck
get,
both of them. Just
you
kidding.
know,
Just
you know
kidding.
what?
Just
I,
kidding.
I brought up a point today. Not one Dodger has made the Hall of Fame in my lifetime that I watched.
That's hard to believe.
No,
No,
Really?
except
no.
Mike Piazza. He was a Met. He went in as a
Steve
Met. So
Saxton? Steve
no,
Saxton
Steve
Hall of
Sachs didn't
Famer,
get in
is
the home
he?
run. Steve
Oh, no,
Garvey
Steve
didn't get in
Saxton
there.
make it.
Nobody got in. He had Steve Sachs disease, dude. Do you hear
Yeah.
that? I put up that joke where Pedro Guerrero had a bad game, and he said, and Tommy asked him,
Eric
what
Karros
were you?
never
What
made
were
it?
you? No, Eric Carroll's not even close, dude.
No.
I love him, but
Piazza?
Piazza, but he was a Met. He
Went
went
as
in
a
as a
Met.
Met.
You want it as a Met, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
and there was a joke where Tommy Lasorda, Pedro Guerrero had a bad game. He said, "What were you thinking, Pedro?" He goes, "I was thinking 2 things. Please don't hit the ball to me, and please don't hit it to Steve Sachs." I thought that was
I think there's just a little bit over 200 members in the Hall of Fame.
yeah. It's pretty
very tight.
exclusive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some years like one person will make it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I
You got
remember,
your
like,
one guy from the
they didn't
Big
let
Red
anybody.
Machine's not even in there, dude.
Who?
I forgot what his name was, but he's not in there.
Who?
Johnny Bench is in there.
I know, but the other guy, the Mexican, Dominican,
Oh,
whatever.
Concepcion?
Yeah, he ain't
Barry
in there.
Concepcion? He was
Well,
he was
no,
average.
would
He was
be.
an average player. He was an
Oh, I
average
thought
player.
you said one member of the Big Red Machine isn't in there. Like there's no members of the Big Red Machine. And I was like, wait a minute.
No, I said that one member didn't make it. All
I
right,
do
man.
want to say something about Kershaw.
Okay, go ahead.
I put Kershaw up there along with Sandy Koufax and with Fernando Valenzuela. He's one of
Fernando's
the
not
greatest
even in there.
Dodgers of all time.
Does he have a
Um,
perfect game?
I know that he's had
Kershaw has a
several
perfect game. Yeah.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah.
and a couple of no hitters, maybe even 2 or
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
But I agree with him going out now. I wish that Verlander would have done what he's doing, because he's not going to taint his legacy. He's going to go out on top. He's going to be known as one of the greatest pitchers that took the ball no matter what. This guy could have retired 2 or 3 years ago from his injuries, but he worked hard to get back and still stayed on top of his game. I'm really going to miss a player like Kershaw.
And
they
he
really don't make it like that anymore.
And he never changed teams. He stayed with the Dodgers for 18
Yeah.
seasons. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is unheard of in this day of age. Maybe
Yeah.
Altuve will.
It's going to be the
I
same way.
think Altuve will probably be there.
Oh yeah,
Bagwell wasn't Biggio. Biggio stayed at Astro, didn't he? Or
they
did he
both
move
did.
on?
Biggio and Bagwell.
Well, Bagwell was traded from the Red Sox though. So
Yeah, but he didn't play for the Red Sox. He was
he didn't. Oh,
he
okay.
was traded while he was a minor.
farmhand.
Yeah, he was a farmhand.
All right. So you guys know what happened September 18th, 1983.
Yes,
Tell me.
the makeup came off.
There you go. You start first, Andy.
Yeah, on this day back in 1983 on MTV, Kiss unveiled their real faces. Ah! No wonder.
David,
No
put that
wonder
back
more
on.
makeup. Son of a bitch, man. Those are some ugly motherfuckers, man.
Eric Carr was the best one, I think.
But yeah, they took off their mask and they came out with their Lick It Up album, which I thought Lick It Up was a fantastic album.
Fantastic album.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
It's really good. So yeah, they took off their and they really needed to. I mean, they really needed to do something to kick everything back up. And then they went back to the makeup and it still worked. So, kudos to them.
All right, I'm gonna go to Al next.
Yeah, JJ Jackson, remember him? Rest in peace, man. Yeah, I remember seeing that on there, dude. And I didn't have MTV at the time, but I was at my cousin's house who had it, and I remember seeing that, and I was like, wow,
Yeah, I bet.
But Lick It Up was fantastic. It was a rebirth for them, and they really needed to kind of do it, even though Preachers of the Night was a fantastic album.
Yeah.
It didn't do nothing. So they need something to spark something new. And I think taking off the makeup was the perfect thing at the time, you know. Even though in hindsight, you know, Paul Stanley thinks it was a mistake now, but it was the right thing to do. I mean, they would have never.
They were
I,
dead in the water if they didn't do it.
yeah, they would have just been a has-been band, you know.
It renewed everything.
You know, um, that's really it, man. I mean, I think I was frightened more by Vinnie Vincent than anybody.
Who wouldn't be?
Everybody was.
Yeah, I'm like, where did this guy come from?
And he's wearing a wig in that picture, man.
Yeah.
He's wearing a wig.
Yeah,
He's wearing
definitely.
a wig on that.
Definitely.
He's wearing a wig on that cover.
All right. Favio.
Yeah, I love that album. I mean, really, I don't really like the title track, but the rest of that album is
Everybody
pretty
says that.
perfect.
I like it.
I like it too.
Gene really on Gene's current like solo tour, he really fucking missed the mark with like the shit he was playing. He could have been playing like Not for the Innocent. He could there's so
Nice,
many
Yeah.
there's so many great songs he could have fucking played in his solo tour, and he just kind of blew it, dude, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and,
That
and
would've
the sad part was a couple of years ago, he did a tour like that where he played all this really cool shit
Yeah.
and then just went right back to playing the same crappy stuff and then
He
covering
always-
random songs for no reason.
He always bitches about I was made it for loving you, but he seems to do it every fucking solo tour. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
But the thing is,
But this
that y'all
album,
are
but this
like-
album for me did kick off. For me, I know I'm like the 0.5% of the population, but this is what kicked off my favorite era of Kiss. I prefer 80s non-makeup era Kiss to 70s Kiss. I still like 70s Kiss, but you know, I grew up in the 80s, and that's why I enjoyed tonight's topic too, because 80s is what I grew up with. That's what I love. And then I went backwards to listen to 70s stuff, which always was, you know, older, more dated for a kid like me growing up in the 80s, but still love it. It's just that's where it's at for me. Lick It Up, Animalize, Asylum, Crazy Nights. I
Thank
love
you.
those albums.
I love Crazy Nights.
Asylum's a good album. That's
Yeah.
about it.
All right.
This and
Mark.
Asylum. That's about it.
1980.
I like Animalize. It's kind of weird.
Well,
It's
Kiss
like
did
half
really
and
do
half.
something because my older brother saw the Lick It Up tour, and he's like, they basically use the same stage from Creatures of the Night.
Yeah, they
had
used
the
the
same-
giant
They had the
tank.
same backdrop. Kiss was really treading water. I've heard they weren't really even making any money during the 80s, and that's really what kind of like was the catalyst to go back to the makeup. But the albums were solid. The band sounded pretty good live, you know, although they did kind of amp up the tempo on some of the songs, but that was just to make them seem a little heavier, and so they would just they were trying to catch that heavy metal wave that was going on in the 80s, which is totally fine. But yeah, Kiss they needed to do something, and that was it, and it worked because you know it could also have been a disaster too, but they rolled the dice. They came up with the aces, so good for them. Because OMG Kiss, baby, I love Kiss.
If
And who's better at doing a publicity stunt to get things back up? It's Kiss.
Mhm.
And
I actually
Yeah, but
saw Kiss's faces in a newspaper one time, so that wasn't like a big shock. They were passport photos. I remember that seeing that in the newspaper, but I didn't know what Vinnie Vincent looked like. If you look it up, there's actually a newspaper article. I think it was around '82.
Yeah, and they had the wrong
Kiss
names.
went to
on-
Brazil.
They had the wrong names. on
Yeah,
the
everything was all wrong though. I
Yeah.
know who was who, but it was funny because Kiss had to go to Brazil.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Brazil has a bigger paparazzi than some European countries. And when Kiss got off the plane, they're like, "Oh, fudge, man, we can't show our faces." So last minute, they're like grabbing like whatever, like just covering their faces up. But yeah, Brazil wanted to get a picture of him, and they got a couple of good shots of him.
Well, just to
wow.
give you perspective, also when I got into them, like I was a fan of Kiss for a few years before I even knew anything about the makeup era, that they ever even wore makeup. You know, because I was just seeing them on MTV as a kid and loving that stuff. So I didn't even know about makeup stuff till later.
Hmm.
I think they
Alright.
really took the make off too, so they can really have a relationship with MTV. Because I think before that, like I think it was Polygram Records. They weren't most of their roster weren't giving MTV like their videos or whatever. Um, because MTV didn't have a lot of videos back in the early 80s. They were trying to scramble to get as much as they could. And I think like Polygram or like Kiss, I think in the beginning they were like, "We'll pay us and we'll give you videos," and MTV was like, "Fuck you," basically.
Well,
You
yeah,
I know
know,
Kiss only did the one video, "I Love It Loud."
yeah, because yeah, think about for the Elder they did World Without Heroes.
yeah,
For Creatures they did I Love It Loud. That was it. And then all of
that
a
was
sudden with
really
this
it.
album,
I
they
did a
started
video
doing
for
multiple
Shandy.
videos. But that was before MTV.
Yeah, true.
So like, and then this album they had 2 videos. Animalized they had like 4. Asylum they had the big 3. Crazy Nights they had like 4, and then
Yeah.
all these so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You see, and that's the thing about 80s albums that I'm going to mention later on. A lot of them were trying to get the hit songs to make videos. Then after that, they didn't give a shit about the rest of the album
Yeah.
because it was going to sell anyway on the strength of a couple of singles and the
Mhm.
video. And that's what hurt 80s music to me.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to you, Joseph. Kiss taking off the makeup.
Yeah. I mean, of course, coming after it, I didn't live through the impact, but I mean, I've like read articles and stuff about like how big of an impact it was. And to be fair, yes, this is a great album. Creatures is better, but this is a great album.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
you could just the thing is, look at the difference in sales. Creatures didn't even go gold until like the 90s. This went platinum immediately, just on the strength of
Vinnie Vincent.
yeah.
I'm the guy. The only guy wearing purple.
According to Vinnie Vincent, anyway.
Yeah.
Did I
Literally
say
on the
Kiss?
strength of taking-
Damn straight. Okay.
on the strength of taking the makeup off, they immediately sold 1 million copies of this album. Now, this is a great album. It's not as good as Creatures. I think it's a tailspin from here. I think Animalize, for as many good songs it has just as many terrible songs on it. Asylum is a great album. And then until like the late 90s, they can suck a dick. I mean, they're one of my favorite bands. I'm allowed to say that. They're one of my favorite bands. But
I can say that too. They're casual.
No, Mark, you're not allowed to. You don't like Kiss. You're not allowed to say those things.
I like a lot of Kiss. I'm just not a Kiss nerd.
You like the wrong Kiss.
You didn't even pick Kiss for your top 11, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
Probably
but
not.
I think that like you can't overstate how important it was for the band's history for them to take the makeup off. Even though I think the the non-makeup era is pretty underwhelming, I think you wouldn't have Kiss in 20 whatever. I probably never would have gotten a chance to see Kiss live if it weren't for them taking the makeup off. They wouldn't have been around. They would not have survived the 80s if they didn't take the makeup off. Like 100%.
Yeah, watch. Hold up that album again. Leather, purple sweater.
Yep, purple cardigan.
Purple sweater.
Well, you could tell where Vinny was going at that
wear my
time.
purple cardigan. Thank you.
Jerry, you're not going last. Talk about the makeup coming off.
Yeah, I remember watching that thing as a kid on MTV when they unveiled themselves, and I kind of wish they put the makeup back on after that because they weren't the most attractive bunch of people. I mean,
Eric Carr was pretty good.
I always remember that one old video of Gene Simmons coming on the Michael Douglas show. Who was that woman that said, "You can't hide the hook, Gene"? What was that? What was that woman's name?
Oh,
Tootie or something like that.
Dodie Fields.
Weird.
Dodie Fields. Yeah.
That was hilarious, man. And yeah, I mean, I'm not Brad Pitt or anything, but come on, man. I mean, they weren't the most attractive guys in the world. But anyway, I agree with what Joseph said. I don't think they would have survived the 80s if they continued with the makeup.
As badass as that looks, like as badass as that is, with I hate my light shining on it, but like the giant, like I love the Creatures era look.
I mean, even their sound had to change in order to survive. It really did.
This is a glammier sounding album than Creatures is.
Yeah,
it's still heavy though.
It's heavy.
It's heavy as hell.
It's heavy compared to what came after.
Yeah.
Compared to what came after that, this is still really heavy. But like, this was produced by the same guy that produced Creatures, but it's it's a glossier album.
Yeah, but that album is not a hairband album.
No,
That's a
no.
hard rock album from the 80s.
Asylum is where they started to go hair.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
Asylum.
But that's straight up.
Oh no, I love Asylum.
rock.
Asylum's a great album.
Yeah,
but Asylum was them doing hair metal right. Crazy Nights was them doing hair metal wrong.
Yeah. All right, Tim.
Yeah, I've been a Kiss fan my whole life since the 70s, since the first album. Yeah, when they I remember it was at midnight. They were going to take their makeup off, and I stayed up just to watch it. And after I saw it, I was like, big fucking deal. Because they were four fucking, well, there's probably two of them that were. Gene and fucking Vinny were the talk about ugly fucking mutts. Paul was all right, and Eric was all right.
I think Eric was the best looking. I keep saying that.
And
Yeah, you sure do.
as
Over
far
and
as
over.
I'm concerned, yeah, taking the makeup off revived their career in part.
Man, that
The
Eric
other
Carr
part
was
was
good
they got Eric Carr in the band. And Eric Carr took them to a whole new level as far as I'm concerned, his drumming.
Oh, he did.
The reason I
Yeah.
keep bringing up Eric Carr because he needs more props than those other motherfuckers.
No, but his drumming did his talking
Oh,
for him.
he
Yeah,
was he was
Creatures.
John Bonham of fucking Kiss.
You know, I mean, he literally died for Kiss, for Christ's
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, man.
Well, people like to talk shit about Vinny, but I mean, he wrote some of all the best songs on Creatures, Lick It Up,
Yep.
Revenge. I mean,
Yeah.
he wrote some killer tunes for that band. So he needs to get some props too, I think, as much as people like to.
I
shit on
agree
him.
with you, but he didn't have to be a dick. It's like
my two box sets.
I just remember him like Gene Simmons going stop with his solos. You're going too long, dude. But I'm just gonna say, I love Lick It Up. I love Creatures. Those are two great albums. Fuck the Elder. And I'm just gonna say, fuck Vinnie Vincent for fucking over my brothers Aaron Camaro and Chris Czynszak from the Decibel Geek. You were a fucking douchebag to them.
Respect your elder, Mark.
I will
Respect
never
your elder.
respect that fucking album.
Oh, that's a good album.
Oh god.
Great album.
Can I just
Oh,
have
yeah.
I'm just gonna have an aneurysm now. But let's get to our last BS story because we gotta move this shit along.
Yeah.
And this is a two-parter. Roger Waters says Wish You Were Here was the last Pink Floyd album. The Wall and the albums after that were his solo albums. Then David Gilmour finally fucking defends him fucking self, and I fucking love this shit. So David Gilmour openly criticized Roger Waters for not acknowledging the contributions of the other band members during their time with Pink Floyd. According to Gilmour, Waters was meticulous in taking credit for himself, often overlooking the significant input from his bandmates. Gilmour cites the album Animals as a prime example, stating that Waters' credit for the entire project. Despite Gilmour's substantial involvement in particular, Gilmour claims to have written about 70% of the track Sheep and played bass in at least half of the album. He also notes that Waters was frequently absent from the studio during the recording sessions. Gilmour emphasized that he played bass on almost all Pink Floyd albums, and he believes that Waters fails to recognize the enormous and extensive contributions made by the others. Despite these issues, Gilmour said at the time he did not worry about receiving credit. His primary focus was always completing the work. Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, David's always taken the high road most of the time. I mean, he said some kind of things. He kind of dabbled with getting on Roger, but I mean, I think he just finally had enough. I mean, he's like, fuck, I had enough, dude. Because he did. He played just about everything off the Wall. He played just about everything off the final. Well, no, I forget he played in the final cut. That wasn't Gilmour. That was somebody else. I can't remember because David wasn't even there except for a couple solos. But yeah, Animals. I mean, Metal was all David Gilmour. Actually, if you look at some of their songs, like One of These Days, they kind of had a dual bass thing going there. If you break that track down a little bit, but he played a lot of bass and all the guitar work. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he does. I mean, Hey You. I mean, that awesome bass in that song. That's all David Gilmour.
Comfortably Numb.
I mean, Comfortably Numb doesn't have the most intense bass line. It pretty much just does a.
Well, I'm talking about the solo.
Oh, that solo is fucking the best solo ever written, in my opinion.
Right?
But I mean, I guess he's just had enough, man. I don't blame him. Fucking Roger Waters, shut the fuck up, dude. He wants to burn down Pink Floyd. He does. He really wants to burn down Pink Floyd, I think.
Yeah, he does.
He was probably hoping that boycott him now because of the Ozzy thing, probably. You know what I mean? Guarantee it. He's just a salty fuck. I don't get it. But the fucker can write a song and he puts on a great show to this date.
Did
Like,
he
I want to
write
hate
those
him.
songs? He didn't give them credit for writing songs. That's what he's saying.
Well, I mean, the last really true, I guess, well, I guess on paper anyway, that the band wrote together was Wish You Were Here. That is true, I guess, to a certain point, I guess. But I guess maybe David's saying he didn't get any credit for all the stuff he did on those albums, maybe.
Because he just wanted to finish the work. Yeah. He let for Roger Waters took all credit for all Pink Floyd, which is bullshit. He's not as great as he thinks he is, because without that band, David Gilmour made way better solo albums than fucking
True.
Roger, and you could see that. You could see what he did. Compared to Roger Waters sucks solo. That's just my opinion.
I mean, the Wall's a perfect. The Wall's
hitchhiking.
Yeah, the Wall's a perfect example. If you can tell the songs David Gilmour wrote and the songs that Roger Waters wrote on that album, you really can. You know, except for maybe "Hey You," that was kind of a shock. That was just Roger Waters. That sounds like a Gilmour type of song. But "Comfortably Numb," fucking "Young Lust," "Run Like Hell," those all had Gilmour's.
He's a narcissist who took credit for everything they worked on. That is fucked up. And everybody goes, Roger Waters was the genius of Pink Floyd. You guys can fuck the fuck off. He wouldn't have been Pink Floyd without the other three members. Just saying that.
Absolutely.
Look what he did with Dark Side of the Moon.
Right.
Yep.
Look what he did with that when he took the guitars off that album.
Oh God, that
man.
was god awful. God awful.
It took out my favorite parts.
But the dude puts on a fucking great show to this day.
Yeah,
he really does, man.
Well, he's a great artist, but
and his tickets are affordable too. I mean,
just say that without the other three members, there wouldn't have been a Pink Floyd.
Absolutely not.
And he needs to give them more credit instead of being a fucking narcissist asshole. So, Mark, what do you think about this?
I think Roger Waters needs to just shut the hell up, and radio chaos sucks. Okay, so
except for Jim Ladd.
Yeah, that proves that like what kind of writer he is without his Pink Floyd bandmates. Okay, yeah, that's like your chance to shine, and you release crap like that. Trust me.
Why Pink
Hell,
Floyd...
Rick Wright's solo album was better than any Roger Waters solo album.
So
I mean,
yeah, Roger Waters, shh, be quiet.
Why Pink Floyd is playing stadiums and he's playing clubs at that time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just say, Favio, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. David said stuff before. I've read articles in my guitar magazine like 25, 30 years ago where he kind of talked about all the misconceptions of who did what on what albums. And it's also not just the band members. I mean, once he got to the Wall, then he had a lot of help from the producers too, with Bob Ezrin and Michael Kamen, and some of those guys really did a lot to wrangle all the guys and keep them in line and give the song some kind of structure so the thing wasn't completely off the rails. So, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of involvement, and that's come up in the past. It's fine if he wants to bring it up again, if Roger's still trying to say otherwise.
Right. But who has control of the band name? Fucking David. Yeah. Hey, Al, what do you think about this?
Well, I don't think all Roger Waters solo albums suck. I thought Abused to Death was actually a great album.
That's a great album.
As far as like Pink Floyd selling out stadiums and Roger Waters playing small places, that just goes to show you name value. That's why he sued to try to get David to not use the Pink Floyd name. He lost it, obviously. And, then that's the real venomous shit. Mudslinging continued from there. So, I think as far as a band unit, probably Wish You Were Here is probably the last one. I think without Gilmour, though, Animals wouldn't have been what it was. No. That fucking album that's my favorite studio album by them.
Too.
And there's such an energy and such a rawness to that album for a Pink Floyd album. I think, to me, it's like, I think the punk movement, it kind of had a little bit of a rubbed off a little bit on them on that album, and it shows.
Oh yeah, it's crazy how they stripped everything back from everything that they worked all the way from Adam Hart and Mother, and to that point they stripped it all back to just straight up rock.
Yeah, I mean, and they didn't give a shit about radio play on that one, dude, with the
Oh no,
No.
10, 11 minute
20-minute
songs.
songs. Yeah.
You know? But I think Roger and David and Rick and Nick, it was all the the band was great when they were together. I think once they split apart, I mean, I do like the post Waters Floyd albums, but I consider them Gilmour solo albums, man. And to be honest with you, Final Cut I consider, and The Wall the Wall. There was a lot of David on The Wall too, so
it's still a collective
yeah.
album.
Richard Wright was a lot.
To me,
on the
Final
wall,
Cut
too.
Final Cut's the start of like the Roger Waters solo stuff, and I actually happen to. I used to dismiss that album, and I actually love that album a lot now. The Final Cut.
I
I
did too.
love that album.
That title track, I think, is Roger's best vocal of any Pink Floyd.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I'm more like Jerry said. I mean, David always took more of the high road, and I respected him for that, man. Roger just, I think he just, as he gets older, he just gets worse. The vitriol
He
gets worse.
does.
And, I don't know what's
mean,
up with him, but I think a lot of people could see through the bullshit though. Anyway, they know what the true talent and for Pink Floyd was. So for Roger to take all the credit, I think a lot of the true hardcore fans they know it's bullshit. So anyway, that's all I got on that.
I would go see him live tomorrow, though. I'm telling you, he's
I would
that
too.
good
He
live.
puts on a great show. But I mean,
He really does.
to me, the wall tour that Roger
Yeah.
did, one of the greatest concerts I've ever seen in my life, ever, man, by anybody.
I agree.
I mean, nobody. I don't think anybody could ever beat that stage show.
All right, Tim.
Kiss would like to think that they did, but no, they didn't.
There's a reason why you're in a band. And then there's a reason why you're a solo artist. If you're in a band, you have to play nice with everybody else. Or else you're not in a band. You're a solo artist. If you can't. It's that simple. If, everybody says, well, Roger Waters, founded Pink Floyd. Well, I think he was part of it, but, Syd Barrett had just as much to do with it as anybody. When they
Absolutely.
first started out.
Absolutely.
Even probably more so than
I don't
Roger
know where
Waters.
he gets off saying he was Pink Floyd.
Sid was the leader in the beginning. Sid was the leader. Once Sid was put aside, Roger's the one that started. He stepped in there and he's like, I'm gonna take over this role.
And he did well. He did well for the band taking the lead.
I'm sorry, Tim. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
But if not for Syd Barrett, there would have been no Pink Floyd. Period. And this reminds me so much of the Ace Frehley, Gene Simmons fucking. It's like this shit is 45 fucking years old now. Let it go. Move on. You're both gazillionaires, for Christ's sake. Let it go.
I don't think Ace is a gazillionaire. I don't
No,
think.
but
I mean,
I'm saying Roger Waters.
He owes back taxes.
Roger Waters and David Gilmour.
They don't need the money, bro.
David Gilmour is just like setting the record straight. He never really talked about this.
He shouldn't have said anything. He should have.
I think he should have,
whatever
because
Roger thinks, it's fine with me.
because
I'm
everything's
cashing the check still.
But
so.
Roger thinks he's Pink Floyd, and he discounts the other members of the band. He was
Okay.
the other two
Well,
members.
no one can. The fans know. The fans know who really.
There's a lot of people who took
No,
Roger's
Mark.
side on this.
Nobody in their right mind who knows what's going on.
I've seen some Pink Floyd
takes
tards take Roger
Waters.
Waters' side. I've seen it.
But I will say this: I do think that when Roger Waters left, Pink Floyd lost something.
Yeah,
Of course.
Oh
he
yeah,
did.
he did.
yeah.
Well, because with them being all four together, it was amazing.
That's why I say
When they
if you're in
split
a
up, when
band,
you
have
take
to
one
be
man
in
out of
a
the band, it
band.
was different.
Well, Momentary Lapse was only two people technically. I mean, Rick Wright wasn't a full member then, or didn't write anything. But in Division Bell, they were
Nick
back
Mason
to all of them
wasn't
writing
really a
together.
full member. It was
They're all
basically,
writing together.
basically a David Gilmour solo album.
I mean, they were all got together and wrote on the Division Bell. That's why I like that album so much, is because Rick and Nick got the right.
I like more of those songs now than I did when we talked about it.
Wearing the Inside Out is a fucking great
Yeah.
Rick White
Great
song, dude. I love that
That's
song.
a great album from beginning to end. I love that album.
All right,
I've
Joseph.
listened to that many a times.
Yeah, I still don't think Division Bell is as good as anything from
No,
the first run.
well,
Animals
yes.
is my favorite, but go ahead, Joseph. Talk about this stuff.
It's just more of Roger doing Roger things. It's been the same thing for 40 years. Everybody knows exactly what Roger's going to say. The people that are going to care. The people that aren't going to care don't care because they know what actually happened. They know the people that were there know what happened. The fans that were there at the time know exactly how important the other band members were. I guarantee you, not a single fan that was there in the 70s is coming out and saying, yeah, this is 100% true. Roger Waters is the only real member of Pink Floyd.
No, there were.
There were.
There's
a lot of people.
Still are.
There still are. That's what I said, Joseph. I heard that stuff.
Then they're just as worthless as Roger is. Then they can have it. They can do it. I don't care. They're just as bad as Kiss fans who say every album you can't say anything bad about any Kiss album ever.
That's dumb.
I wish those people well in their life, and I hope that I hope that their doctors up their meds next week.
The Elder and Unmasked suck royally.
And I'm glad you think that, Mark. I don't think they do. I do think there are a lot of Kiss albums that suck, including several that you like.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's great. We have opinions, and it's amazing.
I just think it's ridiculous that anyone takes anything Roger Waters says seriously in 2025.
That's what I mean. The Ozzy thing. I'm like, are you surprised that you said something like that? I mean, really.
I'm talking about David Gilmour defending himself.
No, I know. I hear you. We're going off.
I don't know why David Gilmour even plays into it. Like.
I think he just wanted to set the record straight.
Why though?
Why? I liked him actually taking a stand on something.
But why do you need to?
I liked
at this point. You don't need to.
That's what I say. When's the last Pink Floyd album made?
Yeah. Whose mind are you going to change at this point? The morons that think the earth revolves around Roger Waters aren't going to change their minds based on anything David Gilmour says. Yeah. And everybody else knows that Roger Waters is a flaming asshole. So why say anything at all?
But fucking David said he played bass on most of the albums.
He did. Cool. I knew that.
This reminds
I didn't know that, Jerry. That's new news to me.
This reminds me of a story about the Rolling Stones. They were playing Madison Square Garden for like 3 nights in a row. And after the first show, they had a big press conference in the ballroom. And Charlie Watts went back up to his room to get some sleep. So Charlie took off his suit, and all that, and got into bed, and he was listening to the radio, and Mick Jagger was doing a press conference downstairs. And Mick was going on about, the Rolling Stones and all that. And it came to, each member, talking about each member. And he came to Charlie Watts, and Mick said, "Oh yeah, Charlie, he's a drummer in my band." Wow. I got old Charlie pissed off, and he got up and he got right back into his suit again, and he walked down to that press conference, and he opened the double doors to lead into the auditorium where they're having it, and he looked right at Mick Jagger, pointed right at him, and said, "You are the lead singer in my band." Turned around, walked out.
Charlie wasn't that quiet person behind the drums that everybody thinks he was. He made some noise in the back with the band.
I just thought that was hilarious. You're getting a little too big for your britches, dude.
Okay. All right, Andy, let's end this Roger Waters, David Gilmour thing, man.
It's already been said tonight and the previous night and the previous night.
But we never talked about Gilmour. This is Gilmour's side.
I know, but we all know. And we've already said our piece about it, so I'm fine.
All right, Jerry, get in our top 11 of the 80s artists.
All right.
Yes. Let's get
top
into
11 80s. Let's stop the bullshit and get into some real fucking cool stuff here. Joe, number 11, dude. Top 80s bands.
Yeah. So when I was making this list, I actually was surprised how not easy to make the list it was, but like not strong as not as strong as I thought it was going to be as compared to the 70s. When we were talking about the 70s last week, there was bands that I was leaving off my list that had like 10 solid albums in the 70s that were all amazing. I left Blue Oyster Cult off my list last week. I left so many of these bands on my list, and I'm just like, oh, these are such amazing bands. This week, I'm just like, my number 11, I'm like, yeah, they had a pretty solid run in the 80s. That's where I'm at with it. And it's a shame because there was some bands that like fell into the cracks, like I talked about last week, that Rush didn't make either one of my lists, but they're one of my favorite bands of all time, but they fell between the decades in a weird way. Same thing with Judas Priest. They kind of fell between the decades in a weird way that I don't think they were solid enough on either end to make it onto those lists, but they would make that run of albums would easily make probably my top 10 of all time. So I think it was kind of funny making this list, how it worked out like that for me. But not being said, my number 11 is still a very solid run, and that to me is Rat. I think that Rat had some really great albums in the 80s, Out of the Cellar, Invasion of Your Privacy, Dancing Undercover. I'm not huge on
Way Cool Jr.
Well, I like that song, but what's that album called?
Reach for the
Reach
Sky.
for the
I
Sky.
love
Reach
Reach
for the
for the Sky. That's got a great.
There's a couple good tracks on it, but like I Want a
Oh,
Woman.
I love that whole
Oh,
album.
God.
Top to bottom.
I Want a Woman.
I want a woman.
I hate that
that's a
song
little
so
I
much.
love that song.
But those first three albums to me are just really, really great, especially the first two. I mean, those two albums are really important to me growing up. My dad had those on CD. We listened to those albums all the time. So I'm absolutely in love with the first two Rat albums. Dancing Undercover was what I discovered later growing up. Another great album, in my opinion.
I think
Just
Dancing
a really
has
My
the
favorite.
best.
solid.
I think
really
Dancing has
solid
the
run.
best Bobby Blotzer drum fills on that album.
Yeah, that's some great stuff from Blotzer on there.
Yeah, great stuff from
Um,
Blotzer.
But yeah, just those were on a couple albums there in the 80s. Really solid for me, and I had to put them on my list.
We got Shadow Allegan down there.
Yep. So that's my number 11 is Rat.
Nice.
All right. Fabio.
My number 11, I'm going to go with Queensryche. I thought they had several solid albums in the decade. They really created a unique sound, I feel like, that nobody else was doing at the time. And it even evolved throughout the 80s, too. Between, the first couple albums, the EP and Warning were very kind of straight up metal. And then, like, Rage for Order just took a total U-turn with some really cool, pop, gothy stuff on there, a little new wavy stuff on there, but still mixing in the hard rock, and then Mindcrime, of course, just elevated them to a whole nother status. And all of them have a unique sound that nobody did before, and really talented group of guys there that had a great run there in the 80s for sure.
I can agree, absolutely.
I agree with you, Ezra.
He's back.
Yeah, my number 11, I'm going to start off with a band by their third album. I got it at real time, and then when their fourth album came out, it was an album that I was anticipating and waiting for. So I'm going to start off with Dokken. They had some great, strong albums in the 80s, with their debut album and A Break in the Chain, and then going to their second album, Tooth and Nail. And I remember going to the store to buy an Under Lock and Key on a cassette because of the strength of hold on.
Hunter in my dreams.
A video, because it was constantly on Dial MTV every day. It was in the top 10.
Heaven's
and then
That's
I
my
was
favorite
waiting.
one.
I was waiting for Back for the Attack. I knew it was coming out. I was anticipating it. Went and bought the cassette, and then my mom bought me. When I was 12, my mom had bought me Beast from the East on vinyl, and I still have
Awesome.
that.
Nice.
And so Dokken at number 11.
Rocking with Dokken. Nice.
They were probably my number 12.
You see,
I
Rat
didn't-
would be my number 12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rat,
Wow.
Rat and Dokken on my mentions. So I'll take those off right now.
yeah. And then Walk Away was the last song off Beast from the
Yeah.
East.
Mhm.
Perfectly fit because they broke up.
All right, Al, go ahead, man.
My number 11, I'm going to go with the Police. They
Nice.
could have been higher. They could have been higher on the list, but they were only really the first half of the '80s, and that was really kind of it for them. I
That
mean,
was it.
really, it was until what '83
Yeah.
was the last album. But
Yeah,
that run of that run of albums, and I'm even including the '70s albums, but that whole fucking run of albums made them what they were in the '80s. So I mean,
Mhm.
5 albums and they were out. That was it, and and every album is awesome. So, my favorite album by them is Ghost in the Machine, my personal
Me
favorite.
too.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they make my number 11 because pretty much by the first half of the '80s they were done. So again, they could have been. It's like Joe said, they fell in the cracks between the '70s and the '80s. But to me, everybody probably considers them more of an '80s band anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, because Every Breath You Take, that last album was just everywhere, man.
Synchronicity had
made
the
'em-
best singles, but the deep tracks are horrible on it. 3 deep tracks sucked on that
Oh,
album.
Mother sucks, and I
Mrs.
like
Mrs.
all those.
Gordenko. Oh God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
one's not that great
maybe-
either.
But Murder My Numbers rules.
Key in the
Yeah.
Saharas, I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but they came out, but that album made them global superstars.
Yeah,
Global superstars. They really were.
yeah.
See that,
And that's why I would put
Yeah.
them in my top 10 too, even though it was just that first half.
Yeah.
That first half was
Yeah.
so strong.
So good. Yeah, I
See,
put them
there-
at 11 though.
there's a band like Al was trying to talk about where they kind of fell in the cracks that it hurt me not to put on my list, that I guarantee more than one of you are going to have on your list, but it's just because my 2 favorite albums from that band were the 2 albums that they released in the '70s, and I hate the stuff they did in the back half of the '80s that may or may not have a different singer on it. So I think we all know exactly where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
That band did not make my list either, because my 2
All right.
favorite albums of theirs are '70s.
All right, Tim.
Yeah, my number 11, band from California, and I got into this band from their first EP, and then throughout the '80s, I was right into them. Great White.
Nice.
Yeah, great band.
Right.
Love them a lot. That
Mark
first
D.
that first album was just so different than everything else, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Total Judas Priest, but
I wish they would play. The only thing they ever play off that album is "Stick It." I wish they'd play more off
Yeah.
that
Out
album.
of the Night.
Yeah,
Out of the Night.
And I
was
think
great.
they're great. Their best album is Shot in the Dark. Myself,
That's
a
When-
great
when
album,
Did,
too, man.
when did you switch to Arnold Schwarzenegger in your background? I didn't.
I
notice.
like this. It's '80s, man. I
All
like
right,
to
I guess.
change the theme. You know.
He's
Go
a
for it, man. You're
chameleon,
up
man.
next.
He's a chameleon.
It'll be back.
You're up
All
next,
right.
man.
That became a joke, but I'm telling you, the first time you heard him say, "I'll be back," scared the shit out of you. You're like,
Yeah, it did.
back. And then, of course, it became a parody and a joke. But man, that first time you heard it, you're like, "Holy shit, this dude's gonna come back."
Mhm.
Well, Terminator scared the shit out of me because I was like,
Terminator was
wow,
badass.
somebody
man.
really thought of this shit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was badass.
Hey, just remember, AI's coming for you.
All right, Mark.
Yeah,
Dolly,
but
go
this
ahead.
was
We gotta-
19 what,
let's get this
81?
thing. Let's get this thing a moving, folks.
Me?
no,
No, Mark Dolly.
Okay, go ahead.
They've been mentioned already, but you mix some reggae, you put some jazz, you add some pop, you get the Police. They kicked ass, I thought. And I know probably some people didn't like it, but it was a nice little treat when they got that guy together and they re-recorded "Don't Stand So Close to Me," the '86 version. I love it.
Ooh,
Oh, that was horrible.
I love that song.
was
I know some
horrible.
people probably hate it.
Oh, I hate it.
I don't care. This is my list, okay?
Hey, Stuart Copeland broke his arm. They
All
used
right.
electronic drums.
You're not
on
gonna.
that.
I'm just saying, you're not gonna like any of my picks tonight, okay? Because
I got some doozies too. I
Hey, I'm
guarantee
just
I
gonna
can
flip
laugh
you
at
off.
You know the
like I do
story-
with the Niners.
You know the story about that is they were going to re-record all those songs
Yeah.
on that singles album, but because
Oh,
Stewart
okay.
broke
I
his
didn't know.
arm,
Broke
they
his
only got
arm,
the
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Thank God he broke his arm.
Yeah.
Right?
I thought it was awesome. So anyway, number 11, The Police.
All right, Mark. The other Mark. Night Ranger Mark.
No, but you know, they are my honorable mention, but I didn't pick them. Just gonna let you guys know that now. Ario Speedwagon, man. Fucking high infidelity, wheels are turning, good
Oh,
trouble.
shit.
I love Life as We Know It. I love that album. They
Oh,
made
by the way, I'm playing a game. I'm trying to pick Mark's list. So I wrote down some bands to see if he picked them. So far, I got 0.
Ario Speedwagon
Didn't
fucking
pick Aria.
rules in the 80s for me. First band I ever saw live on the Wheels of Touring tour. And I didn't pick Survivor, but they're on a fucking my list too. They were on my mention.
Like
That
the
In My
band
Dream song is
Survivor?
awesome, though, right?
I love In My Dreams.
The Jerry doesn't like it, though.
Jerry doesn't know.
No, that song sucks.
You suck, Jerry. But that's my
But-
number 11, Ario Speedwagon.
All right. This is gonna the first one y'all gonna. I guarantee you, none of you will have this band on your list in the '80s because you probably think of them as the '70s band. But I fucking love '80s Chicago. I don't care what anybody says.
Nice.
You're right. I don't have them
Love
on.
Bill Champlin. Love
Even the
Jason
Gloria
Chef.
Love kicks ass, too. That's
Dwayne
I love
Daly is a-
I love 16 and 17. Yeah.
Terry Kath was a great guitarist, and he was, but fucking Dwayne Bailey was a great guitarist in his own. His live version of the fucking solo he added to "You're the Inspiration" is a fucking great solo, dude. I'm telling you, you should hear it. It's on YouTube. It's awesome. But
Good
I
stuff.
dig that, man. I fucking dig '80s Chicago. I like me some good pop, dude. I don't care what anybody fucking says, dude. We got into a show with our old co-host one time about that, and I got kind of laughed off the show for it. But I don't care, man. I love me some Bill Champlin vocals.
I didn't ever
man.
laugh you off. I love the 80s stuff.
Even though he's pretty much probably the biggest over singer ever live. I mean, he really over fucking sings everything live. But dude, give me some '80s Chicago anytime over '70s Chicago. Just that's what I said. My fucking list, as Mark just said.
right.
Yep.
Anyway, number 10, Joe.
Number 10. Anybody who knows me knows this band had to be on the list. My Local Heroes, Kicks.
Oh yeah.
Another run of 4 great albums in the 80s for me. I've talked many times about how underrated I think Kicks' debut album is. I think that's just a solid, straight ahead rock album. It's not the hair metal that they would become later in the 80s, which I still think is solid. Blow My Fuse is an amazing album. Midnight Dynamite's a great album. Cool Kids has some really good stuff on it aside from the crappy pop songs that the label forced them to put on it. You take those couple songs off, I think it's a pretty solid album. So I just think it's a really great run of 4 albums for a band that never quite got over the hump, except for that one song, and then they were right back down in the pit again. And you hear Steve Whiteman on his podcast nowadays just talking about how truly awful the music industry was in that time, and how so many of these bands never made a single cent in the music industry in the 80s, and how Steve Whiteman and the rest of Kicks, the first time they ever actually made money as musicians was when they got back together in the 2000s, because they weren't on a label. They didn't owe a label any money. They were making all their money from doing shows, and that's all that they were doing. They didn't put out an album again until 2014, and it was independently released. So they weren't on a label. They didn't owe anybody money every week for just existing. And so that was the first time that they ever made money. And it's the only time they've ever made money as an actual band was when they reunited in the 2000s. And it's sad that there's a ton of bands that are that same way, even bands that you think are pretty big, that never made the kind of money that you would think they made.
All right, Favio.
I've got another repeat here from Joseph. My number 10 is Rat. So, like he already talked about, those first 3 albums are incredible. Dancing Undercover is probably my favorite Rat album, and then followed by A Hair by Out of the Cellar. But I just think those are probably 2 of my favorite albums from the 80s period, anyways, of any band. I mean, and they really were, Robin and Warren were really perfecting that twin guitar attack for more of a, more of a whatever, if you want to call it hair metal. I think they were more of a hard rock band. I know they fit the image but the music was heavy rock to me. And but those guys were doing it better than anybody in the genre, outside of, your priests and your maidens and things. You weren't seeing a lot of those twin guitar leads going on in most of the other Sunset Strip bands. So I thought that was great, and production was great on those albums. I did like Reach for the Sky also. It's not as good as the first three, but there's a lot of good stuff on that album too. So yeah, strong run for them in the 80s for sure.
Yeah,
All right.
great.
Andy?
Yeah, this band I was kind of shuffling back and forth. Should I have them now, or should I save them for the 90s? So I went back to the old and true and went and counted albums here and counted albums here, and there was no contest. They made my list for the 80s. And my number 10 is going to be U2.
Nice.
The albums they made from Boy all the way to Rattle and Hum, that whole block, that whole decade, they were on top. Somehow some way they were either on top of the world, or they were on top of the underground movement. They were on top of the alternative world. Somewhere they kept moving up and up and up, and they deserved it for the music that they were putting out.
Yeah.
The early 90s were just as great, but then they tailed off on me in the second half of the 90s. That's why they were strong from 80 to 89, and that's U2. My number 10.
Yeah, if there's any decade that you're going to put them on, it's going to be this one.
Yeah.
I love
agree.
Under a Blood Red Sky.
Oh yeah.
Great album.
Mhm.
If you tune into Cranium Radio this Sunday night, you might hear something off that album.
I'll make sure I check in now.
Well, if
As
that's
all of it
not a
should.
teaser, I don't know what is.
All right, Al, go ahead. Oh, is it Andy? No, it's Al. Sorry, my bad.
Yep.
My number 10, I'm going with Depeche Mode. As far as like electronic bands are my favorite. My friend, I was all metal and stuff, into metal and stuff in the high school, and I had a friend of mine that loved Depeche Mode, and he introduced me to them, and I was like, lyrically they were pretty dark, man. Like dark, like they could have been a metal band, but they were like metal band kind of in an electronic world, They got dark, around like Black Celebration, because the early stuff was more poppier. Once Black Celebration came out, lyrically they took a darker turn, and I dug it, man. And my favorite is Music for the Masses. That's my favorite album by them.
I love you, Al.
Nice.
So yeah, I got to put them in here because I think probably the biggest electronic band ever, actually. I like putting them on sometimes when I'm in the mood. So it's not all metal and all hard rock for me. I'm all over the fucking place. So and I love that. Once I seen them in concert too, I was like, they blew me away live because they actually do play live. It's not, it's not like some fucking computer running this shit. They're like a rock band, really. They have live drums and all that type of shit. So anyway, Depeche Mode would be 10.
All right, Tim.
All right, my number 10 is a band I fell in love with in the early 80s, and all throughout the 80s, I thought they were a great band. From Germany, one of the best singers to ever front a band ever,
Nina.
except
Oh, great.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
99 love balloons. Cool.
Close.
All right.
That's the second best singer.
I thought he was
to
going to
come
go
out
another way at first, but no, except
me too.
except rules.
Mark D.
This band started off like a deep, another version of Deep Purple. Then it turned into like hair metal by the end of the 80s. But all thanks to John Sykes, they got David Coverdale's career going. Of course, what is David Coverdale? He gets rid of John Sykes. But I'm talking about Whitesnake. They're my number 10.
Nice.
Cool.
Good pick.
Great pick too, man.
Yeah. It's a good
All
band.
right, Night Ranger.
I was thinking about picking Depeche Mode, but then I said, nah.
I
took
didn't
took
pick
care of that.
I didn't pick Depeche Mode. I'm so happy Al did. They were on my list. I love Jerry knows I love that band. He
They
hated
just
Black
missed my list.
Celebration.
I'll be honest, I never even thought of Depeche
I got
Mode.
predictions, Mark. Come on, give me one. Come on.
We did a review of Black Celebration, and Jerry was shitting all over it.
Hey man, it's my opinion, man. I
It's
mean,
not for
That's
everybody.
fine. I'm just giving you shit for it. No big
like,
deal.
I'm
Nah,
sure
they're
everybody
not
was
for
like,
everybody, dude.
I'm sure everybody said Chicago's 80, really?
Well, I
Seriously,
liked your
dude?
no, I liked your Chicago, Jerry. I like the 80s Chicago.
I questioned it.
Yeah, I honestly thought he was joking for a
Yeah,
second when he
80
said
Chicago's great. 80 Chicago's great to poop on.
Poop
it.
on. You're gonna love my next
All right,
one.
who's next? Come on, Mark.
It is Mark.
No,
Yeah, Night
Mark,
Ranger.
yeah,
Go
Mark,
for it.
go.
I'm gonna go with Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh,
One of the greatest bands I've never seen. It pisses me off. And he's got
I saw
You know,
Wish Chicago.
seen
Last
them.
week.
he's got
I've seen them,
tintinitis,
actually.
man. I
I,
can't
I
see
saw
him.
Wish Chicago actually.
Dude, I tried to get tickets in the
So
80s.
did I. I saw that tour.
My
Sports.
mom tried to get tickets from Ticketron. They always sold out.
I saw
It's
the
like,
30th anniversary sports thing where they did the whole album.
I hate you guys.
Yeah.
I
I
love
love
you.
You know
I
what,
love you
Mark?
too, man.
I thought that you were going to have them a little bit higher. I knew that they'd be on your list.
There's,
I might be a little bit higher.
I gotta have these other bands a little bit higher
I'm
than
still
that.
waiting for Kiss, Mark. What? Come on.
I'm gonna tell you, spoiler, they ain't on my list.
We still need to do sports.
Not 90s Kiss.
Yeah, we need to redo sports because I had people
Yeah.
on there talking shit about it. I hated
Yeah,
that.
we got to do it the right way.
Yeah, we
It
gotta do it the right
deserves
way.
for it to be done the right
It
way.
deserves a better way, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, my next pick is all right. This may cut like a knife, but I'm gonna give you straight from the heart this time.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll
From the
I'll run
rock.
for you, or we'll go to heaven. Maybe I don't know. But come on, dude. Bryan Adams was the fucking '80s pop music.
He was.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking cuts
Yeah,
like a
great
knife. Into the Fire and fucking Reckless were three fucking
Reckless.
great albums, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was pop music in
He's-
the 80s, and I fucking hate pop music. So
Well, we're all
more
entitled to
pop rock,
we're
I
all
think.
entitled to being wrong. But fucking Bryan Adams rules. I don't care what anybody says. He fucking deserves to be on the list. He still was
Put him
awesome.
in more
This
pop
last album
rock.
was
It
fucking
wasn't-
great.
It was more
Also
pop
wrote
rock.
on Creatures of the Night.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
There you go. Good pick.
All right. Yeah, all right. Number 9, Joe.
Well, you know me, I had to find a way to put a progressive rock band on here somewhere. And for me, in the 80s, there is one band that stands above the rest. And I was actually going back and forth whether to include this band in the 80s or the 90s.
I know. Where are you going with this?
You know exactly where I'm going
Yeah.
with this, Al. I did end up going with the 80s just because I think they are more synonymous with the 80s, even though I think they put out a really, really solid run of albums in the 90s as well. Even in the 2000s, they put out some really solid albums. But for me, the Fish era of Marillion is just that's the era of the band that people kind of go back to. As much as I love the Steve Hogarth era, that run of albums that they did with Fish, their only hit in America was with that lineup. They were huge in England at the time. Just keeping the progressive rock flag flying in the 80s with just some really solid music. Great live show. They have some amazing live albums from that time. Really energetic performances. Fish as a frontman is easily in my top 20 of all time, I would say. And as a songwriter as well. His lyrics, I mean, very few people at the time were writing lyrics like he was. I mean, we talk about a lot of the time some of these people that we're talking about and the lyrics that they were writing. Fish was one of those people that the lyrics that he wrote resonate with people in a completely different way. Just the stuff he was talking about was very different for a progressive rock band. He was talking about a lot of real life issues and a lot of his own experiences, especially being a rock star. He wrote an entire album just like, hey, this shit kind of sucks. And then 2 months later quit the band. And so like it was really just like really phenomenal songwriting, great run of albums. The 80s also included their first album with Steve Hogarth, Season's End, as well. just a really phenomenal run of albums. I had to include them. Sad that I won't be including them in the 90s, but I had to include them in what I do believe is their best decade. So that's my number 9 is Marillion.
Right.
I actually made a mistake. I thought you were going with somebody else.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you think I was going with?
I won't say it. I don't know if they're on your list too.
Probably not.
All right.
Marillion's my only progressive rock band from the 80s on my list.
Oh, wow.
I think he picked them in the 70s is what you're thinking of.
No. It's
No.
They're actually a progressive metal band.
Okay.
Okay.
I only have one prog band too. Duh, wonder who that is. But
okay, I know who you're thinking.
I got 2. I got 3.
All right, Favio, you're up.
All right. Well, like Joseph did earlier, I'm going to pick a hometown hero for myself, and that's John Mellencamp.
Knew it.
Man, that guy, he had a string of albums in the 80s that I just think are phenomenal. He kind of defined an era and kind of brought out that whole, Americana sound, American Fool, Scarecrow, Lonesome Jubilee, all phenomenal albums. And we're talking like 5 times platinum, triple platinum albums here, all of them. Kenny Aronoff on drums. He had a great band. Larry Crane, his partner in production and writing on guitar throughout all of the 80s as well. So yeah, great band. Got to represent Indiana there.
Yeah, I mean,
great.
He really grabbed a hold of middle class in America, I think, just like Bruce did. I would just see him and Roger Waters get into a conversation. That would be interesting because they're both not very nice people, but
yeah.
Anyway,
but Mellencamp had. I mean, he was a big star in the 80s. He was fantastic, and he really played that role perfectly at the right time.
I
love Johnny Cougar, John Mellencamp. Great pick, man. Great.
Yeah, I found this in a thrift store the other day.
Johnny Cougar.
I got one too. Yeah.
That's an oldie.
He looks like glam on that one.
I was like, for $2, why not? Right?
Why not?
I start my John Mellencamp collection after that one. The one with
Nothing Really Matters and What If It Ever Did.
Back in the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a great artist. I love.
Ain't even done with the night. That's a great.
And he never left home either. He still lives right now.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yep.
And he's a great painter, also.
Yeah, that's right.
Probably still smokes 5 packs a day too.
Oh yeah.
And wonders why he had a heart attack.
Well,
why he can't sing live anymore? Yeah.
He should. Well, we saw him a couple years ago. Jim Irsay did one of his
Rip Jim Irsay
preseason concerts where he showed all of his memorabilia and stuff at the stadium, and he got Mellencamp to show up and play, and he did a few songs, and that was the first and only time I ever saw somebody smoking inside Lucas Oil Stadium. He was up there smoking on stage the time.
That dude smokes like a cig.
I think he ignores no smoking signs. That's just me talking there. But maybe.
Well, they didn't call him Little Bastard for no reason.
All right.
Yeah.
It's what he said to new band members. He's like, "This isn't a democracy. I'm in charge. This is how it goes." That's what he said. It's like, okay, well. I guess just laying it down real quick so you get no misconceptions, I guess. But
well, Petty did the same thing.
Well, I think John was probably a little more.
My name.
Tom was probably a little nicer.
A little bit more on it. Yeah.
Andy, you're up next, man.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the band that I thought Tim was going to mention when he was talking about German singers, and I'm going with Scorpions.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
They're fantastic. They really had a really good run with, I think it was Animal Magnetism in 1980.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that with Blackout. I absolutely love Blackout. And then Love at First Sting. And then
Amusement.
I kind of lost it the second half, but there were such good albums at that time. And then of course Worldwide Live came out in 85, another double live album that was
my favorite live album.
Yeah, that's just huge at that time. So, and Scorpions were one of those bands that came out on MTV, and I would go and I would buy their cassettes, and I I got a couple of older uncles that kind of steered me when it came to music because I would see their cassettes at their house and stuff like that. I would see pictures on their albums, and I would get curious. And one of them, I still go record shopping with. So, but yeah, Scorpions were a big part of my '80s.
Nice.
I think we can all agree with that one. I mean,
Yeah.
in the
I'm
80s.
very
yeah.
glad that you mentioned that, Andy, because that's another one that kind of fell between the decades for me.
Same
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
Andy. Same thing. Same thing on that one.
All right, Al.
My number 9. I could have put this band on the '70s list as well. Um, I couldn't fit them on there, so I'm like, you know what? They had a great run in the '80s too. So I'm going from Forest Hills, Queens, the Rock and Ramones.
Nice.
One of my favorite bands, man. You know, even growing up, I remember seeing them like on fucking Shana Now when I was a kid and shit.
Right?
And I was like, dude, there was something about them that just they were catchy and
Yeah.
but they were just so raw, 2 minute songs, 2.5 minute songs. And as much as I love prog, man, I love punk too. So they're my favorite punk band. So I gotta put the Ramones on here. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
every song.
End of the century, Pleasant Dream,
Yeah.
Subterranean Jungle. I mean, they had a great run of albums in the '80s, man. So
Every song the same format, but they were awesome. Every song was the same fucking format. We
But,
saw what
you know,
Marky
quite-
Ramone, right, Andy?
quite-
You saw them in
Marky
Rock
Ramone, yeah.
It was
quite
good.
like
It was awesome.
quite like AC/DC or Motorhead or whatever
Yeah.
those bands of that ilk. I mean, you knew you were going to get with them,
Yeah.
and they didn't
Absolutely.
disappoint. Although end of the century, the Phil Spector produced album, which is actually my favorite album by them. I know a lot of people disagree with that. I know they took a chance with that album, and I know they wanted a hit, but I love that album. I love the way it's produced. I love the kind of like different turns they took on that album. So they did take some chances here and there. They never made it. I think they're bigger now than they ever were, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
fucking, I mean, their influence is all over the place, man. But they were the ones that never got the rewards, man. That other bands did that ripped them off. So, it's a shame, but I saw them live and they were great. You know, I never seen so much energy in a crowd, and I mean, when they go from one song into the other, just they don't stop, man. So there's no break, there's no intermission, none of that shit. It's just when one song ends, one, two, three, four,
Yeah.
right into the next,
Yeah.
man. That's it. So Ramones my number 9.
Oh yeah, the
All right.
Ramones were a band that I got into later. I mean, way later. It wasn't until like my 40s that I really started to hear them. They were great. Yeah, good
Yeah.
band.
All right, Tim.
My number 9, I guess this is my entry of progression, even though I have no clue what the fuck that means, progression, but prog metal, whatever you want to call it. This man, they came out with some great albums in the 80s as far as I'm concerned, different from what they did in the 70s, but still great. Boys from Canada, Rush.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
They might
Oh,
be.
yeah.
They might be on this.
Signals and Distant
I picked
Early
them-
Warning
I
is
picked them
just
in
a
my 70s.
fan-fucking-tastic album.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I'm sure we'll
You
get
gotta
some
get-
repeats
You're not,
there.
you're not getting a complaint from me.
But
No, not me either.
I think they were progressive rock. I think.
Of course.
All right,
Because
Hugh.
then
You're
again,
next.
I don't know what the hell that term means. So
It means 30-minute guitar keyboard solos. That's what it means. I'm just kidding. All right, Mark, go ahead, Dolly.
I already picked Rush in the '70s, but hell yeah, it was a great pick for Rush in the '80s. My number 9, they're behind me, the Scorpions. Great live band. You guys mentioned the albums already, but I saw the Scorpions in a stadium, Monster Rock tour. I saw them in an arena, and I also saw them in a club in 1994. It was like 1,000 uh, person club in the
Yeah,
stadium
when all
in
those
Connecticut.
bands were struggling, yes.
Oh yeah, I know grunge took over, and pretty much everybody went to the clubs. Priest did club shows, Maiden did, and I saw the Scorpions, and they still brought it. They still brought a great show, and I was so happy I went to go see him. The Scorpions.
I gotta say something, man, about the '90s. Like when these bands had to scale back and play smaller places. I think that was the best fucking time
I
to
was
see
gonna
them.
say, I
Yeah.
agree 100%. I saw
Yeah.
Cheap Trick at the
You
State
see
Fair.
Judas
I mean, it
Priest
was
with Tim
awesome.
Ripper Owens in a small little club.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that's not
KK
good.
Down and Glenn Tipton just like front
Right in your face,
great
dude.
faces with their guitars.
I
all
saw
day.
Dio in a small club with King's X opening.
Dio, sometimes they would have like mosh pits for Dio, and he would like do his thing like, yeah. He's like, it's not a mosh song, but hell yeah, you want a mosh, go ahead.
All right, Mark, Night Ranger.
Yeah. I had to pick the band that got me in hard rock and metal. And I don't fucking care what you guys say about Hysteria. I love Def Leppard in the 80s. They
Absolutely,
fucking
dude.
rule.
Well, that's when they put out the best shit.
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
One of the best shows,
Yeah.
one of the best shows I ever seen ever was the Hysteria tour with Tesla opening. God, that was so amazing.
Awesome.
And so many great memories of Def Leppard. And he still put on great shows today, as Tim could attest to. Where are you, Tim?
Right
Yeah.
there.
Right
Oh,
there.
Def
Yeah,
Leppard?
Tim.
Def Leppard. He just
Mark.
saw Def Leppard.
Mark saw Def Leppard.
I saw Def Leppard.
Mark saw
I
Def
wouldn't go
Leppard.
see that fucking band if you paid me to go, for Christ's sake.
I don't know why I get you two confused some of the time. Maybe it's the gray hair.
They do look alike. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
Get
true,
your,
they're both
get
in the
your eyes
Navy.
checked,
There
Mark.
you
I
go.
mean,
You
Dolly.
just-
I mean, Dolly
Hey.
just saw Def Leppard in Florida. Fucking, you
I
went
love
by
Def Leppard
yourself.
so much.
That's-
I stood in line for 2 hours and waited another hour, and I was front row, right in front.
and you just saw Dream Theater.
Hell yeah. Dream
Yeah,
Theater.
Where'd you
Great.
see them at?
They played at Orlando at the Hard Rock Live.
You
I
live
thought,
in Florida,
I thought it was
right?
gonna be like another casino.
Wait, you
house.
live in
It was-
Flo- you
it was
live in
actually at
Florida, right?
Universal.
Yeah,
You live in Florida, right?
He lives in Florida. Yeah.
I didn't even
That
remember.
was like an hour and a half drive.
You live near. Where do you live at in Florida?
Vero Beach, it's on the East Coast.
I
Oh,
never
okay. Yeah.
Vero. I used to go to Vero all the time, dude. I love
He lives
Vero
where I
Beach,
Drew
man.
Magini lived at, you know.
That was like what, half hour?
Where'd
from
you see
West
Def
Palm?
Leppard at? Down in Hollywood.
The Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah.
All right, so that's mine. Def Leppard, number 9.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Good pick.
My next pick is actually based on 2 albums, but I think that third one might have been 89 or 90. I can't remember. I think it was 90, actually. Heartbreak Station came out, right?
Yeah.
Cinderella,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
his first 2 fucking albums ruled, dude. Come on, man. Night Songs and Long Cold Winter are still fucking classic, in my opinion, man. I mean,
I agree.
Yeah.
dude.
Love that, man.
Basically 2 kind of different albums, but I thought they were both awesome. I mean, 2 different. I mean, Night Songs was more of a metal album, and Long Cold Winters was like a hard rock and bluesy type of album.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
You're right. They're completely different albums.
they
Both very good.
Heartbreak Station was 89 or 90. Was it 90?
90.
Was it 90? Okay.
90.
Yeah. So I'm going based on
91,
just these
yeah.
2 albums, but not a bad song in either one of those 2 albums, in my opinion. There's really not. They're all
They only
well,
put
I
out
know
4
Big Joseph-
albums, so
Yeah. And they're all 4
Still
good.
Climbing ruled
they're all
also.
great. Still climbing
man.
rules, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I still go back to Long Cold Winter a lot. Still now. That's just a
Absolutely.
great fucking album, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Dude.
great album.
Coming Home was one of my favorite
Mhm.
songs
Great
ever
song.
written, in my opinion.
Oh,
What a
that's a
tune.
great song.
Yeah.
It's like a
man.
great celebration song.
I love Bad
I-
Seamstress Blues.
I love that
Yeah.
song. I hate the title track on that album. Man, I
Really?
hate the title
I
track.
love that
That's a
song.
really
I love
cool bluesy
most.
track,
I love
man.
most of the rest of the stuff on that album. I hate the title track.
Which album?
Long Cold
Long
Winter.
Cold Winter.
The winner.
I love every
One
song
of the
on
one
that
of
album.
one of the most excruciating experiences I've ever had was seeing Tom Kiefer play that title track live, and it was like 8 minutes long. I'm just like, oh,
That's
I
what's still
love that
climbing.
song.
Cinderella at the Key Club.
Mm.
Oh,
Well, that's cool.
nice.
I mean, and they bring it live too, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen them
Oh,
live
yeah.
a few times. They were awesome.
Even Tom.
I'm not
Kiefer still
surprised
does a
Tom
great
Kiefer's
job.
voice is not as good as it used to be. I kind of saw that one coming because of the way he sings,
Mhm.
but he
But
does
still
all
That was the
he
first
still does a
concert
great
I ever
job
saw.
live.
I was
Yeah.
listening to his last 2 solo albums. Fucking great shit.
Dude's got a great band. He's got,
I
what,
love
10
how
10-piece
much
band?
I
Yeah.
love how much of the stuff from those solo albums he plays live.
Yeah.
It's so
like
good.
it's a pretty much. It's
So
pretty
good.
much.
He did have voice problems for a while though, didn't he? Where
Well, it was
he was
mental.
like-
It was
yeah.
mental.
It's
Yeah.
pretty much an even split,
That's-
his set list between Cinderella songs and then those 2 live albums.
Yeah, I love those 2 albums, man.
My
But, I
first
mean,
concert
just-
ever was Cinderella Long Cold Winter Tour, 1989 with Winger and the Bullet Boys opening up. It was awesome.
Nice.
My first concert was also a Cinderella, but it was for their night songs when they opened
Okay.
up for Joey Slippery When Wet. That was my first
Wow.
concert. Yeah, it's my very first
Awesome.
one. I was in the 5th grade.
I was in the 5th grade too.
Just a bunch
Close.
of kids.
Not far behind you.
Got a bunch of kids on this show, man.
Kids.
All right,
I saw
Joe.
Bon Jovi open for Rat.
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
right,
man.
Joe. Number
That's
eight.
how old
Alrighty.
I am.
Alrighty. Everyone, get out your notepads and take a note because this is probably the first and only time I'll ever say this. I do not have Judas Priest on my list,
You picked them last again.
but I did
You
not.
have-
I did not.
Rob
I
Halford.
did.
I didn't pick Iron Maiden. I mean, I didn't pick Judas Priest, but I am putting Iron Maiden on my list.
Oh, okay.
Probably the only time I'll ever have Iron Maiden on a list that Judas Priest isn't on, because God knows I like Judas Priest a hell of a lot more than I like Iron Maiden. But those Iron Maiden fit perfectly in that run because their first album came out in 1980, so they fit perfectly in that run. The first 6 Iron Maiden albums I think are great. I hate the 7th one. So of their 80s albums, I like 6 of the 7 that they put out in the 80s. So I think that's why they made my list. Some really great stuff on those first
Oh, they had a
couple
great
albums.
one, man.
Yeah,
You don't like No Prayer for the Dying?
that's
That was 99.
that's
That's
the
90s.
8th album.
Oh, no prayer.
And
I'm
I
sorry,
do
sorry.
like-
You're right.
I do
I
like.
thought it
No
was
Prayer.
89 too.
No,
He
it's
doesn't
like
like
Seventh
Seventh
Son.
Son of a Seventh
Seventh
Son.
Son of a Seventh Son.
Okay, that
And
that was 88. right?
absolutely suck a dick.
I love that album.
I
Great
hate that album
choice.
with every fiber. of my
That's
being.
Rock and Metal Combat
Please,
Podcast.
Joe, tell us how you really feel.
I will actually. Thank you. I do like Somewhere in Time though. I do. But it's nowhere near as good as the first 5. But no, Seventh Son is one of the most boring albums I've ever heard in my life. But then No Prayer, even though it is 90s, I think No Prayer is a great album. But yeah, the first run of Iron Maiden albums, I had to include them on this list just because it did fall so perfectly where their first album came out in 1980. The albums that I really do like of theirs all came out in the 80s, so I had to include them. So that's my number 8 is Iron Maiden.
Yeah, Seventh Son was a great tour. Though. I remember Ace Frehley was supposed to open for him, but something happened. He canceled at the last minute.
Seventh
Some
Son
fucking
will be-
local band opened up for him, and they got booed off the stage.
See, Seventh. I
Felt bad for him.
seeing the Maiden
Not bad
England
for 'em.
'88 video. I disagree. I don't think that's a great tour at all.
I did. I thought it
They
was.
played Still Life and
They
Killer.
played too much
That is
stuff
a
off Seventh
great-
Son.
That was a great show.
And Bruce's voice was starting to go on that tour.
I didn't think so. When I saw him, I thought he sounded
They
great.
sounded.
See,
Yeah,
now
they,
that might have been
they
from-
played
from
the
what I've-
Prisoner,
from what
too.
I've
They played a lot-
heard-
They played a lot of deep tracks.
from what I've heard in the '80s. Bruce's voice was like a night by night thing. Well, it was like one night he could sound amazing, the next night he could sound like absolute horseshit,
Well,
which is
maybe- well, I
really
caught him on a
sad
good night
because
then.
now he has such a consistently great voice live. Now, in the '80s, he just didn't have control over it. I don't think.
Yeah,
He-
yeah.
he
He didn't
was-
know how to be a singer.
Yeah,
He was still
Yes.
a rocker and heavy metal
you-
guy.
you-
To this day, I felt bad for that fucking band I had to open up and replace Ace Frehley that night. I really do. That was like,
yeah.
they literally got booed off the stage, man. It
Wow.
was sad, actually. I think was it you that I was talking to? You found out who that band was?
Yes. Yeah.
I can't remember who it was.
I forget
but,
who it was now. Yeah.
But yeah, they got.
We found
it
out.
was- It was pretty. It was pretty. Yeah, it was fucked up.
Where
actually,
was
but-
that show at, Jerry?
Hollywood Sportatorium, Florida, Hollywood, Florida.
Hollywood.
Anyway, we'll keep this going with Favio. You're up next.
All right. Well, mine's another repeat. I also picked Depeche Mode. Love that
Yeah.
band.
I love
Yeah, I
it.
love them. I've seen them live. They're an amazing live band too. Really, yeah, they started off. I feel like only really the first album was super poppy. As soon as Broken Frame came out, I thought even that kind of started.
When Gore
them in
started
the
writing the
direction where they
lyrics,
were
they-
going to
Yeah,
go.
when Vince Clarke left after that first
Yeah,
album.
Martin
that's
Gore took over, dude. It became Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that first album's sort of an anomaly. It's just it's very different.
Yeah.
for sure.
It's like, dude,
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost kind of like the same trajectory as like Pink Floyd when Sid Barrett was on their first album,
Yeah.
and then once Sid like that was it for Sid, it morphed into a completely different band. So
Yeah.
you can almost kind of like put a parallel on them.
So what was that band that he did? He went to Yazoo after
Yeah.
that, and then he
Yep.
did what's
Yeah.
that other band? Chains of Love guy. He was more poppy, you know.
Yeah.
He was a
Big
poppy
time.
guy, and Martin Gore was more dark, so that was a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
Yeah, but
darker, and
I
you
think, yeah,
know,
but I think the poppiness was still there with Construction Time again. I know it's a bit different, but it was a
Yeah.
there is
transit.
some. Yeah.
It's the
It has some
transitional
it has
album.
some dark songs on there too.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, man.
Yeah, and they were cool. And you know, they didn't have you know, a million notes a minute or you know, 30-minute keyboard solos, but I would even argue that Depeche Mode had some progressive elements in their
Oh
music
fuck
too.
yeah.
I mean, some of the chord progressions they use, and just it was also again very unique for the time. Nobody sounded like them.
Yep.
Especially when they kept moving forward and they kept progressing, putting instruments,
Exactly.
guitar and stuff, drums, and like they have a
Yeah,
whole live band behind them now. It's like a real band. It's really cool.
they were always a real band.
I know, but basically when they first started, it was like four keyboard players and a singer. They didn't have a drummer, you know. They actually put a drummer in and a
Right, right,
guitar, and then Martin started playing guitar and some drums here and there, so it's pretty cool.
right.
That sounds like a great band.
Also, quickly, just for posterity, the band that Jerry saw booed off the stage with Iron Maiden was called Big Bang.
Big Bang. That's it. Yeah. I remember
Big
now.
bag, baby.
The guitar player did a solo at the end that was really good. It actually got the only applause of the night, if I remember. But yeah, they got pretty booed out because everybody they didn't know. We walked up to the door thinking that Ace Frehley was going to be there. Then somebody it got word of mouth just spread through the line that Ace isn't going to be there. I'm like, fuck, that sucks. But so yeah, they were doomed from the start. I think that night because that was like was that Second Sighting or Frehley's Comet? I can't
That
remember.
would have been either right before or right after
Yeah.
Second Sighting came out.
Could be. Yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, well, thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. Andy, what do you got?
Yeah, I was looking at this list of albums by my choice. You know, I live in Texas, and I'm going with George Strait. On his first album, being straight country and straight from the heart. I mean, he had about 10 albums through the 1980s, and each of them had about 4 or 5 country hits off of each album. Fantastic run for him. One of the most successful runs in country history. And I'm looking at an album here called Easy Come, Easy Go that was released in 1993. And I was seeing a girl at that time. Her name was Rita. And George Strait was her favorite singer. And
Lovely Rita.
I remember.
Maid.
And we heard this cassette together. And it always stuck out because we broke up, and then she was murdered 2 months later.
Jesus, really?
Oh,
So that album, in fact, I've got my own cassette of that here, and
Oh man.
every time I hear him or her, every time I hear like his music, reminds me a lot of her, because I was the rock guy and she was like this country kicker, and we didn't mesh that well, but but she's the one that introduced me to my countryside. So George Strait, it's my number 9.
Yeah, he was my dad's favorite. I requested a song off DJ Spurs show on Sunday because George Strait was my dad's favorite, and yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's
means a lot
easy
to me
answer.
too.
Yeah. So
All right,
George
Al.
Strait.
I never knew
Number
that
8,
story,
right?
Andy, man.
Yeah, number
Oh,
8.
number 8. Sorry.
I'm up.
Yep.
yeah. Number
Oh,
8.
okay. Sorry, man. Yeah, my number 8, I'm gonna go with Dio. Um,
On my mentions.
I mean, yeah, you could throw in. I mean, he was in Sabbath. He had the first part of the '80s, but I mean,
Yeah,
the
great
first
solo.
the first 3 solo albums incredible. It's solo. Well, Dio was a band. So. But based on those first 3 albums, man, just I gotta throw him in there. One of the greatest, man. I mean, even the shit he did. I mean, obviously, I man, I could have picked Rainbow in the '70s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I just kind of Dio is a perfect pick because I could kind of lump in the two Sabbath albums that he did, you know, in the '80s into Dio and stuff. So, just one of the greatest heavy metal singers, man. One of the
I think he
greatest.
is. I think he is the
So,
best heavy metal singer, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's arguably,
Yeah.
you can't argue with that, really. So, but that's my number 8. So I'll
Right.
leave. I mean, God, man, Holy Diver. I mean, The Last in Line was actually the first album I got by Dio.
Me too.
Then I got
Yeah.
Then I got Holy Diver, and I struggle between those two, man. Like, what's my number one? What's my number one? Because Last in Line's kind of sentimental because it was my first, you know. But man,
Those are both
I love
perfect
it.
albums.
And I've started getting into more like I started giving more chance of more of the later Dio stuff now. Like I've been kind of diving into him, man, and he's put out great shit, man, later in his career too, man.
There's one album that
Not-
really sucks.
not-
That's about it.
Not great videos, though. I'll tell you that, man.
Nah,
On top of the building with the sword,
I
with the AC
enjoy 'em.
unit in the background.
Hey, it was good for that time,
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, fun for that time.
They are, yeah, they're okay. Yeah, the Last in Line too. That was a cringe.
I like the
video.
last line where he went down in the elevator. There's
Yeah, I
this-
love
played
that
video
video.
games.
yeah, there's like this weird arcade down there. That was awesome.
I love how the elevator just
I'll tell you what, I
drops.
would like to go back. I would love that. I'd love that era. If I had a good chance to go back there for a couple of days, I would. Absolutely.
I'll fucking stay there.
I probably would too, man.
Go
You're probably
back
right.
as an
Yeah,
adult and you could just drink and fucking watch all that shit. Fuck yeah.
Fuck this current time.
Fuck yeah. I agree with you.
I mean, I'd be like 80 now, but I think it would be worth it if I went back there this age. But
It's
Yeah.
this
80s and
current
early 90s.
the current time is great because we all met each other, but then let's
True.
all just go back to the '80s and fucking.
We should
hang
all
out.
just fucking
That's
get
early
a
90s.
we should all get the Wayback Machine or DeLorean and just go back to the 80s and party.
Yeah.
Fuck it. No
how did
consequences.
how did Christopher Reeve go back in time? What did he do?
Went back the
He made the
planet.
world go.
Go back.
spin
No.
down.
The movie.
Oh,
Somewhere
with the
in
penny,
Time.
with the
Somewhere in
penny,
time.
with
No, the penny brought him back.
the penny. No,
penny-
but
the
he
penny-
used the penny first, and then or looked at a picture. One of those two.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He saw a modern penny that brought him back. Yeah, summertime. Yeah.
Anyway, if I go
Anyway,
back,
it's 11 o'clock and we're still on number 8.
Just keep going,
yeah,
Jerry.
let's go.
All right, Mark D. Mark D. Yo.
It's a
Wait,
stereo
no,
in here,
wait,
but
it's
I'm
Tim.
It's
going
Tim.
with
I'm sorry. My bad. It's Tim. I'm sorry. My bad, Mark. I'm sorry.
I make the shows go faster. Just go.
My number 8
But take over then. It's all yours.
No, I'm good.
is a band from California, originally called City Kid. They changed their name,
Tesla.
Tesla.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
Their
Nice.
their
Good
first 4
choice.
albums were fucking fantastic. 3 albums were fantastic.
Yeah. For
Four
sure.
album. Busted Nut was awesome. I mean, that's 8.
What's good about them? I could,
Well,
I could put them in a later
so is
era.
the third one. Only the first two came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Mark D. What do you got?
I'm going.
Let's whip through these.
I'm going with Dio as well. You know, the great studio albums as well. I have to, since Al covered it pretty well with the studio albums and the the videos were kind of cheesy, but his leadership amongst the heavy metal genre by doing that song Stars.
Mhm.
And you know what really pissed me off too when VH1 called it like one of the worst songs ever recorded. You know why I say fuck you, VH1? That was
It
great
is an
because
awful
all the
song.
metal guys got ignored by We
I
Are
love that song.
And do they know
We're
it's Christmas, okay? That was an honorable thing that Ronnie James did. And he got all those egos in one room, all those guitar players, and they recorded a great song.
And a whole hell of a lot of
So
cocaine.
Ronnie
Yeah.
James, rest in peace.
If there's gonna
I
be
miss
cocaine
you.
there, I'll go.
All your shows were awesome. You'd throw in some Sabbath, you'd throw some Rainbow at us, you'd throw your studio albums at us. Great shows. Ronnie James, miss you. Rest in peace.
All right, Mark, Night Ranger.
Well, Night Ranger wasn't picked. They are an honorable mention, but I do love them in the 80s. I'm going to go with the Cars. You got Heartbeat City, you got Panorama,
Yeah.
you got Shake It Up, you got Door to Door. I love all those albums. They fucking ruled. I didn't pick the 70s. They only had 2 in the 70s. They
They're
had
two
4
best
in the 80s.
albums.
Well, I thought you liked Heartbeat City.
I do. That's my third favorite Cars album.
Right. I like Panorama. I love Shake It Up, and I love Door to Door. So
Yeah.
those are I love the
Good
Cars.
pick.
My number 8.
All right. My number 8 is motherfucking Slayer. Love Slayer, dude. Fucking hell awake, south to heaven, fucking rain and blood. Tell you, it doesn't get any fucking better than that, dude. One of the best thrash bands ever. All right, number 7, Joe.
My number 7 is a band that exactly 2 days from now will be melting my face off on stage, and that is
Slayer?
fucking Slayer.
Hell yeah, dude.
I think Mark
Every
Turner said-
Oh,
time
you're going to
you
the
hear-
Hershey Park show, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Every
shit.
time I hear the intro Rain and Blood, I'm like, I'm not gonna mosh. I'm not gonna mosh. But here,
You going by yourself?
No, me and my best friend are going.
it's like those drums are calling you. Okay, it's
Yeah.
How
time
much
to
for the
feel
tickets
good.
for that?
Not bad. I got it for like $60 with all the fees and everything.
Oh, good, man.
But they were doing like a promotion I saw where it was like buy one get one free tickets a while ago.
I have
So,
some
like-
friends. I have some friends
Yeah.
that are going to that show.
Oh,
so.
nice,
yeah.
nice. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's a hell of a lineup.
Who
All
else
right,
is playing?
Fabio.
Exodus is
I'm
doing.
sorry, man. I don't mean that. Just real quick.
You're cool. You're cool.
Exodus is doing all of Bonded by Blood.
Oh, good.
The Caballero brothers are doing Chaos AD.
Nice.
Power Trip is another band. Suicidal and Knocked Loose.
Oh, cool. Good. All right, Fabio, go ahead.
Fabio, go ahead.
All right. Well, first of all, I hate that Zetro's gone from Exodus, but anyways,
He's playing down here in Florida.
Yeah,
might go-
I'm actually
okay.
I've
I
seen
might
him
go
with,
see him.
I've seen him with Zetro, so I'm excited to see him with Rob Dukes. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen both, but the rest of my lists, sadly, based on stuff that's come out, based on what's on the rest of my list, I'm probably going to be repeating everybody the rest of the time. But anyways, my next one is Rush. I love 80s Rush. I do like 70s Rush, but in my personal preference, I do prefer the 80s. They kicked it off with my favorite Rush album, Permanent Waves. Love that album, and then they just followed up with 3 bangers in a row. Moving Picture, Signals, Grace. I mean, you guys all know. I love all of those, and really even the the kind of less regarded ones, Power Windows and Presto. I think those are great albums too. So that's my number
Beautiful.
7.
Yep.
I'm glad you guys
All
are
right.
picking up the slack on that one.
All right, Andy.
What's that?
I'm glad you guys are picking some of you guys because I picked Rush in the 70s, so I
Me too.
blew
Okay.
my load in the 70s with them.
My pick was a really good band in the 80s, but now they're just a band that soccer moms listen to while they're popping their Adderall. But
Sounds like a good time. Sounds like a good time. I like to meet this woman.
I am going with Def Leppard.
Nice.
There you go.
Their first 4 albums are fantastic, from their self-titled and
Not
their
self-titled.
huh?
On Through the Night.
Oh, On Through the Night. I'm so sorry. On Through the Night, Hysteria, and Pyromania, and High and Dry. Those 4 albums. After that, I really could care less. But those 4, they can't be ignored in the 80s. And not just that, I mean, they ruled MTV from 83 to the end of the decade.
Do you
For
make
sure.
love like a man, Andy?
Nah, that's not on those albums.
That's on Adrenaline.
It might,
have to pick that in the
as well be
90s.
on Hysteria.
But I'll tell you what, that song sucks. And so does Love Bites. Life
Yeah, it
Bites.
does.
I love Love
Like,
Bites and I love Make
It's a
Love Like a Man.
horrible song. It's
I
like
like
the
Love
never-ending song.
Of course you would, Mark.
Yeah,
Of course
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Yeah, you should- and you shouldn't be.
I'm
You should
telling
be.
you,
You should be.
there's something wrong with that boy. I just don't know what it is.
But that's my pick is Def
I
Leppard.
do.
Some
He likes
boys like
Love
butt
Bites.
right in the head. All right, Al, go ahead, man.
My number 7, I'm going with Triumph. I could have
Nice.
picked them in the 70s, but they
Fight
had
the
more.
good fight.
They had more output in the 80s, so I wanted to pick them in the 80s. I love Triumph, man. And one of the regrets is never seeing them live. I always wanted to see them
too.
live and never did. But I love their run, man. They had a great run, I even
I saw their very last show at
I even
Rocklahoma.
like Sport of Kings and
Yeah,
and
Surveillance.
Surveillance, dude.
Yeah,
I think they're great
Sport of
albums
Some
too.
good stuff late in the
Yeah.
80s.
So, and
Spellbound.
oh god, yeah,
Nice.
Thunder
Incredible.
7. I love that album, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, great band. Love them. My number 7.
That's my
All right,
favorite
Tim.
Triumph album, Thunder 7.
Really?
That's the review
yeah.
we did, right, Mark?
We did Thunder 7, yeah.
Tim, go
Thunder
ahead.
7 is a great album, dude.
It is.
It is.
All right, my number 7 is a band from England that their first four albums were just fucking killer. And even though they changed drummers and they changed lead singers, they still come out with killer fucking albums. Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Of course.
Wait,
Yep.
did you just say first 4 albums?
Yeah,
You don't like Power Slave?
I hate Power Slave.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
not a fan. That's when they lost me, actually, for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know you anymore. All
Tim, now you've heard some of the shit I said about Iron Maiden on this page, and I'm shocked that you don't like Power Slave.
Just
It's
never
because
got
you've been
into it.
brainwashed by the Rock and Metal Combat podcast. That's
They
all.
love Power Slave.
Yeah.
No, but everybody just talks about how Paul Diano is so much better than Bruce Dickinson. Like, come
That's
on, man.
horseshit.
Come on.
He is.
I just think
He
they're
is.
both great.
That's what the thing about Rock and Metal Combat podcast. They talk about they had one album and they said that's the best lineup. That is not true. Come on. If that lineup kicked ass, they would have kept the lineup, right?
That's not how
Right.
bands work, but okay.
No,
In this case, it was. They got
They
rid
had two albums with
If you
Two
got
albums
magic
with
going
piano.
on, you want to change it?
They had
No.
two
They had
albums.
two
with
albums. They
piano.
had their debut and they had Killers.
No, but they changed Dennis Stratton right after the first album.
Yeah.
So that
So?
they needed to change it a little bit. The best
Correct.
lineup was 1982 with Clive
No.
Burr on the drums and Adrian Smith on the guitar. That's where they should have just left it right there.
Yeah,
They had
you're
it.
right. 1981 with Adrian Smith on the guitar and Clive Burr on the
Yeah,
drums.
well, yeah, and Clive Burr and Number of the Beast too. That's where
Yeah.
they had.
No, I'm talking
That's
about the year before when they still had Paul Diano in the band.
Well,
Yes.
honestly, they probably should have kept Diano, but I think he would have died. He probably would have died actually because
Probably. You're not wrong.
No, they actually saved his life getting out of the band, though. Like, he was just burning the candle at both ends too much. I think it's my pick, right?
Yep, it's yours. Go for it, dude.
All right, it's good. That
Segued into you, man.
It's good that I didn't pick this band in the 70s, so now I got them in the 80s. I'm talking about AC/DC, man. Back in Black. For those about the rock we salute, flick of the switch. I love Fly on the Wall. I don't care what
Good
anybody.
album.
I do too.
I do too.
And then the best part about Who Made Who was like, hey, remember these songs that you kind of ignored? There they are. Shake Your Foundation, Stick the Pink. It's on this album. Listen to it. And
And some kick-ass
they do
new
it cool
songs.
too. Yeah. And I'm gonna die on this.
pick AC/DC because I picked
I'm gonna
them.
die on this hill. Dirty Deeds Done. Dirt
Nope.
Cheap came out in 1980.
Nope.
I lost my screen.
Nope.
Hang on.
No, it didn't.
Nope. It did not.
I just
not
broke
count.
my computer. Okay, there it is. Okay, now I can see
You are
it. But
disqualified from the
this-
contest.
It was released in Australia. But then someone says- I remember when it came out in the record store in 1981. I must be getting senile or something like this because I saw that in the record store in 1981. So to me, that's an 80s album.
I agree with you, Mark, because that's when I kind of.
Yeah, it's
Always-
all right.
It's when it was released in the
It's a
States.
gray
yeah.
area, okay? But
I'll
yeah.
agree. I have to agree with Mark. I'm sorry, Joseph, but I have to.
No,
agree.
but anyway, that's my pick.
Yeah, but the rest of the world knew those songs in the
I
70s.
know, but I remember I
we
saw-
call football soccer here. So come on. I mean, we're
Yeah,
different.
but here's the thing.
because we're American.
It's one thing if
We're
if there's a-
American. God damn it.
It's one thing if they were a band from the
America.
U.S. I'd be like, okay, they're not. So the world doesn't revolve around the U.S. when it comes to AC/DC.
No.
No, it revolves
Well-
around Australia.
Also, you didn't mention Blow Up Your Video. I love that.
I did say Blue
Right,
Ribbon.
right,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Well,
That's got some great songs on there.
Word,
really does.
word.
And
Mark
I
Night
think we were
Ranger.
talking what Fabio was trying to say, but the title track to Who Made Who, it's a damn good song.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a great song.
Yeah, yeah. Brian Johnson and his great vocals. Mark A. Night Ranger. What do you got?
Well, yeah, when are you gonna pick Night Ranger? The Night Ranger?
You already said it's only
I
honorable
got
mentions.
a band we're going to be talking about tomorrow. The Great Oingo Boingo.
Yay! Finally, you picked one I picked. Yeah.
I love that fucking band.
About time you picked a band
And
that
I can't wait to talk about it tomorrow. I've been excited all week to do that double live album in the studio. I'm just so excited about tomorrow, man. I can't wait to see what Jerry thinks about it. I'm probably gonna shit on it, but I got a spoiler alert from Mooger, so I'm okay. Uh, so I love Oingo Boingo, man.
Nice.
All right, dude.
We know.
oh,
The silence is deafening.
I'm done, Jerry. Keep going, man.
All right, my next pick is a band from Earth.
From Earth?
Yeah, from Earth. I didn't pick them in the 70s because
I might have heard about him.
I would have picked them in the 80s, but there's an asterisk by this, okay? I'm going to go with Van Halen. I didn't pick them in the 70s. But there's an asterisk, and we know why the asterisk is in there.
Why?
But fair warning, it's a great fucking album. Woman and Children First. Fucking, yeah, I like Diver Down too.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the asterisk comes in. With the other guy that took over for
Well,
David Lee Roth.
what about 84?
Yeah.
84 too. Yeah, fuck me. Yeah, duh. I mean,
I don't want to fuck you, Jerry.
what year did that come out? What year did that come out?
1983, I think.
What year did that come out?
came out in 1984.
So yeah, that band. I mean, fuck what they did in the late 80s, Blue Chunks. But I guess that's just my opinion. Y'all love Sammy, and that's fine.
No, they all don't.
No,
I do.
Tim loves him.
No comment.
Tim
I
loves
feel
him.
so vindicated right now.
But I just don't like him with Van Halen. I mean, I like the solo stuff. I like Montrose.
I love Sammy with Van Halen or solo.
Thank you.
All right, Joe. Number 7. Number
Love
6.
David Lee
Number
Roth,
six.
Van
Number
Halen
six.
or solo.
no.
Even Sharon?
No, I said I
Like
love
Gary?
Van Halen or David Lee Roth with Van Halen or solo.
I'm just saying, do you like Gary Sharon too?
I didn't like that album, but I love Extreme.
I kind of liked it.
I love it.
Dude, fuck, I want to say, I'm sorry. Mark Alden Taylor, fuck you, by the way. I just want to say fuck you. Because I like that new I like that new Extreme song.
Just in general, or for something specific?
What new Extreme song? The X Out?
Because I would
Yeah.
understand either way.
The X
sent me
Out
this-
song I just posted today?
He sent me an Extreme song and I fucking liked it, so I hate you for that.
The X Out? I just put it in
Yeah.
our group.
Anyway, fuck you for that. All right,
My
sorry,
number
who's
6.
next?
My number 6.
Yeah.
The band that put IRS records on the map and then put them out of business when they left. REM.
Yeah.
Nice.
I almost
What
picked
a
it. They're
run.
on my mentions.
From the EP all the way through Green, just what a run of albums.
Yeah.
They didn't put out a bad thing in the 80s. In
Told
my
ya.
opinion.
Everything they did was a bad thing. Are you kidding me?
Early REM was good. I like early REM. Anything
I
more out
didn't
of
pick
time.
REM above Iron Maiden. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that.
Because
What?
REM put out like 7 fantastic albums.
And in the place where you were.
Yep.
Green's a great album. That's my
Green
favorite
is
album.
amazing.
I love
In
Green.
the place where you were.
Love that
Oh,
song.
no, we're talking Shiny Happy People. That's a different
Love
song.
that song.
Shiny, happy
Funky and
people.
out of
Oh, the
time.
lady
Came
from
out in the
B-52s
90s. That doesn't
is
count.
there?
That
Oh.
came out in the
No,
90s.
it was
That doesn't
89,
count.
wasn't it?
No.
That
What?
was 90s.
No. Shiny Happy People was 91.
But out of
Yeah,
time,
that
though.
was
It
out
came
of-
out in
oh,
89.
91.
No,
Oh,
Out of
thank
Time
God.
came out in 91.
Was it really?
Yeah.
God, I
Yeah.
fucking-
Yeah.
Dude, Shiny Happy
wait,
People is
If that
Shiny
came out
Happy
in
People is
89,
Tim's
then
fucking
it's okay
theme
to put
song,
REM
dude.
above Iron Maiden.
I love Shiny Happy People,
No,
man.
no, Jerry.
I-
Look how
I-
shiny,
I-
look how shiny and happy
that-
he looks
that
right
is
now.
one band that
Look at that
breaks
hair.
my
Look at
fucking
that
God.
hair, shiny and happy.
It's glistening.
I like
Exactly.
one REM song, Losing My Religion. That is it. The rest could just like you
I even hate
put it
that
in the
one.
No.
You don't like
Trash.
It's the End of the World? That song's great.
Love that song.
No.
I feel
I like it when
I
Peter
guess I'm
Griffin is
done.
trying to sing that when he has,
Sorry, Joseph.
and that's like the only time I like that REM song. Like,
All right, real quick, Joseph, finish up, man.
he's all
No,
strokey,
Jerry,
singing
you asked,
"End of the
Green.
World." Yeah, that's I guess a good version.
Mark, shh. Joseph.
Green came out in 89, not Out of Time. Green came out in
Okay.
89.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember that being my fucking junior year in high school, and that was 88. Okay, well.
The first song on the album is
I
called
I
Pop-
learned not to argue with Joseph because he's
Jerry,
always right,
the
so.
first song on the album is called
Okay.
Pop Song 89.
Pop song.
Yep.
Pop song 89.
Great song.
Great song.
Oh, that was a hell of a song.
I knew that.
Fuck yeah.
I knew you.
Anyway,
The original,
Fabio Vegas.
original video had the titties out, if I
Yep.
remember right. Yeah. But Okay, where are we at?
Favio.
Number Favio.
Number 6 for
Go ahead.
Fabio.
All right,
Number
another
Favio is 6.
repeat, a double repeat. Dio. I mean,
There you go.
not much more to say. Those first run in the '80s, first 3 albums is with the original band ruled. I also like Dream Evil, the first album with Craig Goldie. I thought that was
I
a
love
pretty
that
solid
album, too.
album too.
I like Sacred Heart. So
Sacred Heart kicks ass.
Yeah, it's a good album
Yeah.
too. I like Sacred Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
not
I
much more to
agree.
say about that. He was, we already talked about it. He's the master there of heavy metal,
Well,
wizardry, and dungeons.
we can talk about Dio a lot, so it doesn't bother me. Keep talking about Dio.
Well, keep going because
Anyway, Andy, what do you
need
got?
to go to bed.
Yeah, my next one I'm going to go with Madonna. She
Good
ruled
one.
the 80s,
I almost picked her.
and
Great one.
her 4 albums. She either wrote them or co-wrote them. She was part of the production team. I mean, this was just not just a pop singer that was put on a pedestal, and she wasn't given these songs to sing. This was her. These were her songs, her thoughts. Fantastic. Her debut album, Like a Virgin, True Blue, and Like a Prayer. Those were fantastic albums.
And she just re-signed with Warner Brothers as making a dance album next year.
She built that career on her own for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love. Well, don't forget about like
From-
a first album. Goddamn, the first.
I mean,
Self-titled
straight
album.
from the streets.
The self-titled album is fucking great with Lucky Star.
Yeah.
Fucking great
Yeah.
stuff, man.
Yeah, but she came from the streets and
Yes.
she made it to the top of the world.
And she had a
dude.
porno. Did you ever watch that
Top
porno?
of the world. No.
I did want to see. I saw stills because I wanted to see her boobs.
I wasn't
That's
too big
about
on her
it.
Playboy. I'm actually the Playboy spread too. Wasn't too impressed with
Oh
it.
yeah, I did see the play with the
Get a hairy
Playboy.
pits and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Jerry, go for it, man.
All right, Al, what do you got?
Hairy nipples. This wasn't good.
My number
Harry
6.
Nichols.
My number 6. My number 6. I'm going with our hometown boys, the Smithereens.
Nice.
Okay.
I think they put out fantastic albums in the '80s. I thought they were a breath of fresh air in the '80s. Amidst all the like glossy stuff, they were just a meat and potatoes, great rock band, man, and they kicked ass. I thought, and that's all I gotta say. Pat Denizio, one of the best songwriters in my opinion.
I agree with you.
He doesn't get enough credit, but I love that man. I always will.
I'm actually listening to them a lot. I mean,
Nice.
the only song I knew from them was "Girl Like You." I mean,
Girl
that
Like
was
You,
their big
yeah.
single. But I've been listening to a lot of them, and you're right, Al. They're good.
That
fucking
Beatles
bands.
album they did is fucking amazing.
Oh, they do the
They
Beatles
did a
covers.
couple.
Oh fuck
They're-
yeah.
they're
They
a
did
good band.
B-sides. They did B-sides the Beatles, where they did like
Yeah.
B-sides. They did, yeah,
I saw them live without Pat with the other dude, and they were really good. So
yeah. Which one?
I don't remember the guy's
Robin
name.
Black, the guy from God, what the hell?
I did put up a video of them. I forgot what it was.
They rotate like some singer.
Yeah, they rotated. They got some other dude in there now from another
Yeah.
band.
Yeah,
So,
All right, Tim, what do you got?
I saw them plenty of times with Pat, and they were awesome. So
yeah.
my number 6 is Judas Priest.
based off of Turbo alone, man.
Based off of Turbo and Johnny Be Good. Yep, absolutely.
No, based off of Free Will Burning. Based
Rock
off of
Hard
Spirit
Ride
of
Free.
Vengeance.
Jawbreaker.
I know where you're basing them off of. I mean,
Highway. Yeah.
yeah, great.
All right.
I mean, dude, Priest is like one of those bands too, like Joe said, But I mean, I'm more of a '70s Priest guy, so I put him on my '70s list. But you can't deny that run in the '80s too, man. They had a good run, a couple albums. So
All right. Mark D.
Number 6, this guy, he practically almost died in the early 80s and basically, came back to life with a band that was going to be a band, but then turned into just a solo act. Talk about Ozzy Osbourne, number 6. Great albums, Blizzard of Oz, Diary of a Madman, Bark of the Moon, The Ultimate Sin, No Rest for the Wicked. And all various stages of the 80s, different. And it didn't sound all like the same crap every album. You got like different, but that goes to the musicians he had. This and the great guitarists he had, with Jakey Lee and Randy Rhoads, and of course Zach, and probably the best, most underrated bass player and best lyricist in Bob Daisley. So he had help. Ozzy Osbourne, number 6.
I'm sure that's going to appear in a couple more of our lists, I'm sure. But absolutely correct on everything you said there. Except for the Ultimate Sin. That's all right, I guess. But Mark, Night Ranger.
Night Ranger. Yeah, and I didn't pick them in this thing. I'm gonna go with Van Halen. I'm gonna go with Roth and Sammy in the 80s. I love both eras. And I got the best of both worlds.
Yes.
There you go, Van Halen, man, number 6.
Leave now.
You didn't like my pun?
I thought my Bryan Adams one was better. Sorry.
Bryan Adams is awesome.
Straight from the heart.
I almost picked Bryan Adams too, man.
All right.
We're on number
Jerry's
5.
turn.
No, we're not. Jerry still does his number 6.
Jerry's turn.
Oh, okay. I thought Jerry.
I've got Dio down. We don't need to talk about Dio anymore. But number 5, Joe.
The Frank Zappa of the 80s. Prince.
Oh God, I forgot about him.
All the way
How
from
can you forget about Prince?
I don't
Dirty-
know. I suck.
what a run of albums in the 80s.
There's just so much shit.
Dirty
I love
Mind,
He had a ton of
Controversy,
albums.
1999, Purple Rain, Around the World in a Day, Parade, Sign of the Times, Love Sexy, Batman.
I thought
What?
Ian Wadley was in the group here. I
Yeah,
heard that.
yeah. Well,
He came in as you're talking about Prince.
I mentioned Prince.
Oh,
and Ian
yeah.
Wadley appears out of nowhere. But yeah, I mean, just what a freaking phenomenal run, and that's just his main albums. That's not talking about any of the side projects he was in or the 15 different bands he wrote music for in the 80s.
The
Yeah.
Time, Sheena Easton,
Sheena Easton, Sheila E.,
Sheila
Apollonia, Vanity,
Bangles,
Bangles, The Family,
Sinead O'Connor.
Sinead O'Connor.
Madhouse. Not Madhouse.
Boingo,
Madhouse.
boingo.
No.
Fuck it.
But
Sheila.
You should have been on an episode tomorrow.
all these amazing things that
Morris Day and the motherfucking Time.
Yeah,
I said
exactly. Yep.
I'm just stealing
But
that.
just like
Jay and
the,
Silent
the,
Bob.
the world of Prince in the 80s. It was very much
Prince is
basically
amazing.
what Zappa was for the 70s, Prince was for the 80s. And just
I
those
almost picked-
albums are just unstoppable.
Somebody was telling me you didn't pick Prince today, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna take somebody out, and put him in." I forgot.
Well, it's a good thing I brought him up then, Mark.
Thank you.
I tell you what,
Because
let's-
rules.
But
Let's
that's so
do-
funny that you let in that way, Joseph, because I was all Zappa in the 80s, really? I was like, really?
Well, Zappa had some great songs, but no, the
Let-
Zappa of the 80s.
Yeah.
Right.
Since we're a little time constrained, let's do 5, 4, 3. Go ahead, Joseph. Do your
Okay.
4 too.
My number 4. We are Motörhead and we play rock and roll. That's about all I got to say about that. Motörhead in the 80s. And then my number 3, I combined 2 because one is practically an extension of the other. Merciful Fate and King Diamond. I just
Beautiful.
combined them together. I had to, between those couple of Merciful Fate albums into what King Diamond did for the rest of the 80s. Just what a fantastic run of albums. So that's
Great
my 5, 4,
music,
3.
terrible singer.
I'm glad you think that, Tim.
I agree with Tim. I'm on Tim's side on that one.
All right, Fabio. 5, 4, and 3, man.
All right. 5, 4, 3.
Yep.
5, Judas Priest. So there's another repeat. I'm actually not a huge fan. I know everybody else is, but of 70s Priest. So this was an easy pick for me. I do love the Sin After Sin album. I think that album's incredible. But other than that, don't really love the other 70s albums. Every 80s album of Priest I love. There's nothing I dislike on any of those.
Ram it down?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Ram It
Blood
Down's
Red
cool.
Skies rules.
It's probably my least favorite of the 80s, but it's still a great album, I think.
Okay.
So that's 5. What do we got here? 4. Here you go, Mark. Kiss. We talked
Hey,
about 'em.
they're okay. I
We-
like them better in the 80s, kind of.
We
They're
talked about it already
okay.
earlier in the episode. I fucking love 80s Kiss. It's my childhood. I grew up with it. I love all those albums. I think they're incredible.
You and
I
Jericho
mean,
would get along great.
you talk about
Right?
all the,
He loves that era of Kiss.
What is
doesn't
he? What's his group? Condry or what is it?
Ozzy?
No,
No,
quarantine.
quarantine. There you go.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Chris Jericho. I thought you were
Yeah,
talking about.
quarantine.
and
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
does. He does 80s Kiss quarantine.
and also,
I saw them down here in Florida.
Whoa! What? He does what?
He has an
Quarantine.
80s
Kiss cover
quarantine.
band.
No shit, I never knew that.
He's gonna
It's
be in.
awful.
He's
It
he's
is
gonna be in.
atrocious.
He's gonna be on a Kiss cruise in Vegas on land.
Oh god.
Yeah, he is pretty atrocious.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's
Yeah.
literally just awful 80s Kiss songs.
Sorry, Fabio. I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. Go ahead and finish, dude.
oh, you're fine. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, other than The Elder, I don't like that album.
Thank you.
And Hot in the Shade, I don't really love that album.
Like most of it.
That came out in 1990.
All the rest of
No,
the
it
80s
didn't.
albums from
89?
Unmasked
Okay, yeah,
to
89. Yeah.
through the rest,
Kind of want to
I
forget.
love them. And we can't forget about, they also had a run of great guitarists between Bruce Kulick and Mark St. John and Vinnie Vincent. I mean, there was some great guitar playing on all these albums. Love 80s Kiss. Okay, and then number 3, this has already come up a few times. Van Halen, love them with both singers.
Best
All
of both
those
worlds.
albums in the 80s are incredible. Maybe OU 812 is a little weaker, but it's still fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not as good as the other ones, but level. I mean, 5150, incredible, and everything before that in the 80s.
You're gonna get
All
Tim an aneurysm, but
All right, Andy,
live with
5,
that.
4, and 3, dude.
Yeah. 5. Right now they might be a joke, but back in the 80s Motley Crue, 5 great albums. Well, maybe not great. The first 3 albums were great. Girls was okay. And then I think Dr. Feelgood was 89. Am I right about that?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a great album.
So I will put
Me
Motley
too.
Crue on there. Number 4, I'm going to go with Metallica. For number 4. I mean, how can you not? They created thrash. You got the debut album all the way to Injustice for All in the 80s. I mean, that's perfection. And number 3, I am going to go with Iron Maiden.
Nice.
Great band in the 80s. I love Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. I love everything from their debut album.
Yes.
For a while, for more than that, but in the 80s, they ruled in the 80s when it came to heavy metal. They made videos here and there, but their money and their popularity came from touring, old school touring, and they gave the fans what they wanted. Live After Death double album, it was perfectly packaged. I mean, and then that's one thing. Again, still Iron Maiden gives their fans more for their buck in everything that they do, especially back then in the 80s. So Iron Maiden is my number 3.
Awesome. All right, Al, 5, 4, 3, bro.
5, Iron Maiden. 4, Motörhead. 3, Ozzy.
Nice.
There's nothing really more to say, man. I
Yeah.
mean, you all know what the fuck they put out. So that's my 5, 4, 3. I'll keep the show moving.
Yeah, Tim, keep it going.
My number 5 is Van Halen, David Lee Roth era. My number 4 is Ozzy Osbourne. My number 3 is Metallica.
Hell yeah.
All right. Mark D.
So here's my curveball actually at number 5. Believe it or not, I like to listen to music that helps me chill out a little bit. Number 5 for me is Bruce Springsteen. 4 great albums in the 80s.
Absolutely.
Nebraska,
I
Born
agree.
USA, Tunnel of Love. Yeah, sometimes I need to chill, and Bruce has got a
I
very
saw the Tunnel of Love tour. Great show.
yeah. I've never seen him play live though. Oh gosh,
I've seen him once.
what's wrong with me? That's on the bucket list.
I am actually saving him for later on.
Yeah, but number 4, we're going with Iron Maiden. Just great albums, and of course they put on a spectacular live show. Number 4, Iron Maiden. Not much more to say about that. They've been mentioned many times. And number 3, gotta put the metal guy in the freaking top 11 somehow, man. Judas Priest, man, they rule. Even Turbo. Turbo's a
Absolutely.
fun album.
I love Turbo.
Got some cheesy songs, but it's a fun album, you know. But mine are definitely like British Steel, Point Entry, Scream Vengeance, Defenders. So that's
You
And
need some parental guidance.
tune in,
we
tune
don't
in,
need no
tune in.
no.
Yeah, tune in next week on the '90s edition of this show where Joseph will pick the '90s Judas Priest just to get him in there.
Hey,
Well, I'll
Rick
tell you what,
Owens, man, 2 albums, I think, right?
Oh my
Tell you
God.
Well,
what,
only one came out in the
outside of
90s.
Painkiller from the '90s, Turbo for a from a guitar player standpoint, Turbo has the most difficult and ridiculous lead guitar solos to try and learn on any Judas Priest album.
Well, it's because they did them on a synthesizer.
Well, guitar synths, but it was an effect.
Yeah, it was
The
a
guitar
guitar
synths, but
Yeah, I know.
Those songs sounded so much heavier live, though. I'll tell you that. When I
Yeah,
saw
they
Hero
did.
for Life
They
tour,
did, because that's the
it
only
was
time I've
much
seen Judas
better.
Priest.
The
Much
Priest
better.
the Priest live album was great.
Yeah.
But the thing is that what they were using for Turbo was a little bit a little bit ahead of its time. I mean,
Yeah.
those were toys that they were playing with.
There you go.
but they're still playing it on
You
the
gotta
guitar.
get that
Yeah, of
Electric
course,
Eye
yeah.
DVD. It's got like everything on there.
It was just the way that they were dealing with because I was reading a book by KK, and he was talking about that period about how there's good and bad, but he said but we were experimenting, we were taking the next step forward. And
Mhm.
after he said it like that, I went back and I heard the album because I've always trashed the album, but now that I got a little bit more grasp about it, it's a good album. And here we're trying to hurry up the show, and I'm going on forever.
Blah, 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 blah. Fuck.
In the
Shut
sta-
the
well,
hell
in the
up.
same year,
Did you
Iron
know that they
Maiden's
actually made a
goes
music
on
video
somewhere
for
in
Johnny
time,
Be
too.
Good?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know that video.
It was part of the movie. It had the movie
Yeah,
in the
Robert
background.
Downey Jr. and stuff.
Yeah,
All right.
and they were playing on stage like a live show, and they would clip it out with a movie. The
Yeah, at
movie
the end
was
of
horrible.
at the end of the video, Chuck Berry collapses on stage and dies.
No, that's from the Yoko Ono video. That's when
That's what happens every time you listen to the song on the album too.
See, Mark isn't making this episode longer.
I
right, Mark.
never thought I would hate a movie about football, but I did after I saw that
Right,
movie.
right.
I was like,
And I love both
"Hold
those
on,
actors.
hold on.
It's weird.
I'm going to watch football. This is awesome. What the hell was that? It was terrible. Bad movie.
I think Andy must have just drank a Starbucks or something. He's got this energy all of a sudden. He's like,
Oh,
Let
my
us have
Diet
it.
Coke.
okay, all right.
I'll stop.
All right, Night Ranger. No, I'm just coin. I'm just fucking with you.
All right. My 5, 4, and 3. 5 is one guy who was on MTV more than Michael Jackson and Madonna, but I'm not picking his solo stuff because his solo stuff and him and Genesis. Genesis. I'm picking Genesis as my number 5. Because they
Awesome.
fucking roll. I almost picked Phil Collins, but I said, well, I got him in Genesis. He was on MTV more than Michael Jackson or Madonna. Just letting you guys know that. And then, yes, Trevor Rabin era. Fuck yeah. My number 4. And then a band I just bought tickets to about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, I know. Duran Duran.
Did you
Duran
buy the
Duran.
tickets?
Duran Duran.
Nice.
Yes, I got tickets.
Nice.
You think
I
I
got-
won it?
You said you were going to
Yeah.
look at the price, so I didn't know.
Well, they were
I got two.
$77
I got
a
two.
ticket.
not
I
bad.
bought,
That's
I
not
bought
bad.
parking with fees and everything. It was $319 for 2 tickets. My girlfriend gave me half of it, so we're cool. So Duran Duran's my number 3.
Where's my
All right.
ticket?
You're in Texas.
Yeah, I got fucking Ozzy, Iron Maiden, and Metallica. We've talked about them quite a bit.
Hell
All
yeah.
right, number 2, Joseph.
My number 2, it's been mentioned, went from my number 1 band of the 70s, my number 2 of the 80s, Ozzy Osbourne.
Nice.
All right, Fabio.
It's nice that you can get Ozzy in both 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pick up from the 90s next, too.
Well, my number 2 has been mentioned a lot already. Iron Maiden. But let me just quickly piss everybody off by saying I consider Number of the Beast the first Iron Maiden album. So
You're not pissing me off. That's my favorite. You're not pissing
Because
me off at all.
Well, that's where I
discount
discovered them,
their
but
album.
I do
I
love
mean,
the
there's
piano.
some elements of Maiden, but come on, it was different.
I
It's
like
not as
the
good.
Diano
Paul
era,
Di'Anno's a
but
terrible singer.
but Bruce is my
But,
favorite. Bruce
What?
is my favorite.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Paul Di'Anno's
no,
a
you better
terrible
be
singer.
sorry, bro.
Ooh,
There's
he's
one.
slapping
It's one thing to say
slapping
that
it
you
down.
like Bruce more than him. It's another thing to say that he is a terrible singer.
He's
Yeah,
a terrible singer.
No, he's not.
I
Not
agree
according
with
to
that.
barely-
not
and he
according to
barely-
their first two albums. He's not.
He's
He
not
barely
even singing.
has,
He's speaking.
a young Steve
Oh,
Harris to help
please.
the albums kind
shut
of
up,
live
Mark.
a little.
Mark, hold on. Put "Remember Tomorrow" on, and then suck my dick.
I don't want to suck your dick.
Look at Paul Di'Anno's vocals on fucking Prodigal Son. It's fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
and listen.
Yeah,
to
he's
Paul
speaking. He's speaking on that.
Listen to Paul Di'Anno's
He's
solo
speaking
albums.
to my soul.
Listen to Paul
We're not
Di'Anno's
talking about
solo
Paul Di'Anno's
albums.
solo album.
And
We're
listen
talking
to
about the first two Iron
Bruce
Maiden
Dickinson's solo albums. Who's better?
We're talking about his time in Iron Maiden.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as
British
as
Lion
Bruce.
blows them both away.
Oh, fuck that shit. That's even
Blaze
worse.
Bayley kicks everybody's ass in that band. So.
Oh god, we're on
Dear-
crack right now. Let's
All
move
right,
on.
yeah,
Dear God,
okay.
dear
No,
God,
you're on
please,
crack.
Joseph,
Yeah,
give
of
me
course I
patience
am.
to work with these people.
I'm starting to question Favio too, man. I think like he's smoking some dust.
Whatever.
All right, where we at? We're on Andy.
I
I
right?
find
warned you that I was
Fabio.
going
I still love you guys, bro.
off a little bit.
What's up?
I'm loving. You know what? I'm loving Tim's hair tonight.
No, it's
I know,
Fabio's
right?
turn, right? It's Fabio's turn.
Tim's hair.
I
rules.
know, his lip.
Favio just
Oh,
pissed us
Andy,
all
your
off.
turn.
It's Andy's turn.
Yeah, my
Unlike Vinnie Vincent, it's real.
I wish my hair would go all silver like that, man. Fuck, man. I'm only on the sides silver.
my
Anyway.
my number two is going to be Van Halen, the whole decade. I
Thank
think
you.
that's fantastic, all the way from 1980 to OU 812. Let me see. That's
Tim,
about
say
all
it.
that I have to say. I talk about them like every single day. You know, everybody here knows that I like Sammy Hagar. In Van Halen, there's no such thing as Van Hagar. There's
Thank
no
you.
such man.
Yeah, tell Tim
So-
that.
Tell Breed that.
Boy, I wish there was no such band.
Hey, the thing is, I told you, Tim, I could fuck with you. I'm not gonna fuck with Breed because I
Yeah,
don't know
and
him
you
as
know,
well.
you know what he says? We all know you how you feel. Yet though with me, he fucking pounds me in the fucking ground.
Because I know you, I don't know Breed as well as you. So there you go.
I
Well,
love
boy,
when you, I love
don't
when you
I
guys.
feel special.
I love when you guys actually call him that when it's Ruben De La Rosa.
Yeah, I know. I called him Ruben on the Tuesday show. So
Anyway,
That's it.
All right.
Van Halen is my number two.
All right, Al, number 2, bro.
Number 2 is Metallica for me. Yeah, what's there to be said? That from Kill 'Em All to fucking Justice, you know, that's just a perfect run.
All right.
Even though some people would say after Cliff died, it would be up to Master, but I do love it and Justice for All as
me
well.
too.
Yeah, me
So-
too.
I'm glad you picked Metallica because I didn't pick them at all because in the 80s I wasn't listening to them to the late 80s. So
No, I mean, in 1985 when I heard Ride the Lightning, it changed my life, dude. I was like,
Oh, man, I they
Absolutely.
had me at Kill 'Em All when I first heard that.
yeah, I didn't
Well, when
discover
I
them that
when I
early,
heard
but
it when I heard it before Injustice, when I heard Kill 'Em All, yeah, they had me in the late 80s. But I'm picking bands that I was just jamming so much in the 80s. So
yeah. Well, I played Metallica a lot. in
oh
the
yeah,
80s.
that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got picked.
All right, Tim, number 2.
Oh, these next two bands, I saw
Just
both
one,
of
just
them.
2, just number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah, I know, but I saw
Oh,
both
okay.
these-
My bad. My
I
bad.
saw both number 2 and number 1 live in the same show. Number 2 is the Scorpions.
Nice.
So you got 2 German bands on your list. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could have a bunch more if I wanted, but
They know how to write some good metal.
His number 1's gonna be Falco.
Rock me Amadeus. Amadeus.
Don't you remember that
Amadeus.
Falco Scorpions double headlining tour?
Yeah, double.
Hey,
The
I like
German-
Falco, but he's not on my list.
The German Teutonic Attack.
There you go. Yeah.
Who's
Are you
next?
done?
What are
Okay.
we- What are we doing?
Short and sweet. All right, Mark Daly, what do you got? Number 2.
Gotta correct you guys. It's not Van Halen. It's the mighty Van Halen. Come on, get it
Actually,
right.
Van fucking Halen, but
Every time they come, it was the mighty Van Halen. Come on. Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna get a hard time. Freaking Van Halen, you know. I like the Hagar era too, but I would have picked them number one if Van Halen 1 and 2 were included, but that's 78, 79, so they number 2.
All right.
Fair enough.
All right. Mark Night Ranger.
You guys might know my 2 and 1. Tom
I
Petty
know.
and Heartbreakers is my number 2. Fucking
That's
love him. I
awesome.
saw him so many
I know
times
who
in
your
the
number
80s.
one is.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
his number one is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
I'm
it.
saying.
My,
I'm saving Tom for later.
yeah. It's not Satan. Tom Petty
the
and Heartbreakers,
Beatles.
man. Well, I already picked the Beatles in the 60s.
George Harrison.
Flock of Seagulls.
You know, I
Paul
ran.
McCartney.
Yeah, what Mike said on you.
Traveling Wilburys.
Charlie Wilburys, yeah.
A good band.
No, it's Bauhaus. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Ooh.
Keep going.
My number 2 is fucking Yes. And if you think that Steve Howe is a better guitar player than Trevor Rabin, you're smoking some bad crack.
Oh God.
He is.
That's-
We
How
go.
many 80s albums did they have? They had Big Generator.
They
and
literally had
92.
2 albums in the entire 80s. You
Yeah,
guys are
my
putting them this
favorite
high.
2 albums of
And
the
they were
year.
fucking
man.
awesome. Come on, dude. Come on.
Steve
Compare
Howe,
those
though?
2
Come
guitar
on.
players. Trevor Rabin blows mops the
would you
floor.
I
like me
saw,
to?
I
Steve
saw
Rabin.
In
them.
what way, dude? In
I
what
All
way?
kinds of ways, technically, sound wise.
No,
Steve
I don't
Howe's
think
good.
so,
Don't
dude.
get me wrong.
I don't think
Steve
so.
Howe is good. You listen to fucking Trevor live and Steve Howe live. Come on, dude.
Did you guys ever see them
Come
on a
on.
union
All right.
tour? I did. They were both there.
I don't give a
I
shit.
saw my
dude.
very
I know
first
Trevor
concert was
Rabin's
not
9/11
ass.
I love
Tre-
Trevor Rabin, dude, but dude, for you to say that Trevor Rabin blows away Steve Howe is
Absolutely.
complete horse shit,
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
dude. No way.
Absolutely.
No fucking
I
way,
agree.
dude.
And
100.
I agree.
Get the fuck outta here.
I've already said my piece in
I
this.
will not
Yeah,
get the
man.
fuck out of here.
I've
'Cause
already
it's a
said my
fact.
piece in this. There's no way. There's no way he's better than
I will
Steve Howe.
stop this
No way.
car right now.
Goodbye.
This is why me and Jerry became. This is why me and Jerry
Not even.
bonded
100%.
the first time. He said Trevor Rabin's his
Good.
favorite yes guitar
I'm
player.
glad.
I
I'm
love
glad.
you, bro. Nobody
glad.
said that. Nobody said that to me.
I'm glad.
Yeah, because it's a outlandish
Hey,
statement. That's
me
the
and
one
Jerry.
I
me
guess
and
you're not
Jerry-
going to go see Yes play Fragile in its entirety when they go on tour this year.
It's not yes
Is
without.
it yes? I mean, who's
No,
there?
No, it's not. I know it's
No
not.
Squire,
no,
no
it's
Anderson, and
it's
ain't
a Steve
yes.
Howe.
I'm going to bed, guys. Night.
All right.
All right. Number 1.
All right.
Let's get to number 1s.
Number 1.
I'm not
Before
doing
we
it.
start a civil
I
war
don't give
here.
a shit, man. I'm not doing it.
Oh no.
Hey, speaking of Civil War, nobody picked Guns N' Roses yet.
I've seen all your good people, and I give you
And
changes.
there's a reason for it.
All right.
Who's number 1?
Okay,
Joseph.
who goes first?
Oh, am I allowed to talk now? Cool. Metallica. Like, I'm sorry. Like, even if I don't like Justice as much as the first 3, it's still an amazing run. Like, it's just they invented an entire genre and they perfected that genre in those first 3 albums, in my opinion. And even if I don't like Justice as much as the first 3 albums, there's still a ton of stuff to love on Justice, in my opinion. And I think it's just an amazing run of albums. Just the band of the 80s for me. So Metallica is my number 1.
Wow, there's a 2 1-hitters.
Jerry,
All
keep
right.
moving.
I said Fabio.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. My number 1, Ozzy Osbourne. Every album in that decade ruled. As far as I'm concerned, Ozzy Osbourne is the king of all decades. So we've already talked about him, so that's about it.
All right, Andy.
My number 1 for the 1980s, Steve Howe.
You know what?
And the solo
Oh
artist.
yeah, the Asian guitar player was so much better than Trevor Rabin's.
Don't look
No,
back rules.
No, my number 1, Ozzy Osbourne. Come on, he was the 80s and the 90s, but
Yep.
I picked the 80s because man, those albums in the 80s. Even though I'm not a big fan, excuse me, of oh geez,
No rest for the wicked.
Ultimate Sin.
Oh,
but it still has its
I
moments.
love that album, man.
Secret
I do
Loser is a
too.
great tune.
I love all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Killer
I mean-
of Giants.
I mean, if I had to rank
it's
all the
a
80s
song.
albums, that would be my last one. Is that fair
Yeah.
enough?
It's
Yeah,
still a
it's
great
fine.
album, though.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
great, but it would be last.
I love
But
Jake.
what
That's
a
why.
great run for him, and not just that, just leading heavy metal in a direction as the leader of the 80s. So Ozzy Osbourne, man,
Yeah.
there's no other answer than that.
Agree.
All right, Al.
My number one is Vangelis, man.
Blade Runner.
That is a great
Fuck
album.
yeah, Chariots of Fire, man. Let's go. Chariots of Fire.
No, I mean my number one is the guy that inspired me to pick up a guitar, and that's Van Halen, dude. And I like the Sammy era too, but it's my number one based on the David Lee Roth era, though. There's no fucking doubt, because if Sammy was in that whole thing, it wouldn't be my number one. Sorry.
Sure. Exactly.
Well, I agree
But-
with that too.
Fair Warning is my favorite fucking Van Halen album. I mean,
too.
that Edward is just on fire.
Yeah.
That whole run, man, from Women and Children to 1984 is just flawless. I
Yeah.
love Diver Down too. I don't give a shit.
I
How
do
do you
too.
do?
I do
I know
too.
me and Andy disagree on that one,
I
but
love their
I'm
original.
coming around on it.
Diver Down.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
little
really
guitars,
love the
1 and 2.
originals.
Give me a break.
The
Those
originals
two-
are fantastic. It's the
Little
it's the
guitars.
pre-coders that
Oh, Bob.
I love Big
Come on.
Big Bad Bill and Sweet William now too.
Yeah, so
I love that.
That's my number one.
All right, Tim, number one, dude.
Okay, my number one is best band of the 80s, as far as I'm concerned, Dexys Midnight Runners.
I agree. Damn it, you took my number one.
He's fucking
my-
with me right there.
My number one is, like I said, I saw these guys with the Scorpions in a little club in Hamburg, Germany, and they were fucking amazing. Motörhead.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
That would
Levy's
have
got-
been an awesome fucking concert, dude.
right.
It was an awesome concert. My ears rang for 2 weeks.
What
I
year
couldn't
was
hear
that,
anything.
Tim?
Huh?
What year was that?
1985.
Ooh,
Huh?
Nice.
See how he can't hear from it. That's why.
Yeah, right.
Because the
The
Scorpions
Scorpions,
were
the Scorpions were one of
Scorpions
the
were
loudest
still on
concerts
their
I ever went to.
Love at First Sting tour.
Yeah.
It's funny because, like you were talking earlier, Motorhead's kind of one of those bridge bands for me from 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
can't-
my favorite Motorhead album is from the 70s, Overkill.
Overkill.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I love the 1916.
the 90s
I think
shit
that was
is
in the
so-
90s.
I don't
Sass-
think
yeah,
Motorhead had a bad
1916
decade.
Bastards.
They didn't have a bad
Sacrifice.
decade.
They
Right.
didn't have a bad
Organization.
decade.
Dude,
No.
honestly,
They didn't have a bad album.
No,
No.
they didn't.
there's some spots
Nope.
on certain
Even their
albums.
last
Yeah,
album
there's
was
there's
fucking
some that's a
amazing.
little weaker than the others, but they
But
never
you
had
know-
a bad album.
But with that, man, they were consistently like solid, man. They were just
You know
Oh,
what you're
their
getting?
their
Meat and
2000
taters.
stuff is great.
Yeah.
I mean, even that
Yeah.
one, even that album that Trevor Rabin played on was pretty good.
Ah, there you go. Now you're coming around.
It wasn't.
No, I
There we
dude,
go.
dude,
it
I
wasn't as
love
good
Trevor
as-
Rabin. I
it
love the
wasn't
albums
as
that he
good as the
played on.
Steve
Don't
Howe
get
era.
I
Don't
just,
get
I
it-
just, I just
don't get
love
it
fucking with
twisted.
you prog guys about it. Fuck with the trees. I just love
Yeah.
fucking with you guys about it. I
Yeah,
know you
no-
guys how you feel.
Don't
Al.
talk about the trees, man. You don't want to get into a
the
fight
Trevor,
right
the
now.
Trevor Rabin album wasn't as good as the Steve Howe era of Motorhead, but it was pretty close.
All right, where we at? It's
Fuck
Mark.
Fast City.
Where you
Mark,
at,
what do you
Jerry?
got? Mark Daly.
Joseph, you picked the Beatles for the 60s? Number
I
one?
wasn't on the 60s.
You weren't on the 60s?
No.
Okay, anyway.
Oh,
So,
one more
I'm
thing.
pretty sure
One more
you picked
thing.
the Beatles for the
Oh,
60s.
one-
but we
one-
disagree a lot, Joseph and I, but he picked
What-
Black Sabbath number one. I picked Black Sabbath. He picked Metallica number one.
Wait, hold on, Mark. Hold on. One more thing. When Steve Howe was in Motorhead, Lemmy was like, "Get rid of the fucking robes already." Go
How
ahead,
about
Mark.
Trevor guy up? We're gonna have him instead.
Go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry.
We're going to fire Steve Howe and we're going to bring on Brian Robertson.
Yeah.
Oops, shit.
Now, even Joseph, even though you picked REM over Iron Maiden, well, that's all right. We both picked Metallica number one. I picked Metallica, man. Best band of the 80s. They blew me away. I'll never forget. It was opening for Ozzy. Who, as an opening act, gets an encore? Metallica. That's Ozzy. He knew what he had there. He had to unleash Metallica on us. All the albums kicked ass. Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, even Garage Days kicks ass too.
Mhm.
Great,
fuck
great
yeah,
Ozzy
dude.
was smart enough to let him do the
Yeah.
encore.
Well, Ozzy was always very kind
Oh, yeah.
to their openers, especially when openers they got so mistreated. They always got the crappy shit. And here you have the Prince of Darkness being the good one, you know,
Mhm.
giving them
Nope.
time, loaning them this,
I
loaning
don't
that.
think there's
Make
a
sure that
band
the
that's ever
whole
opened
package.
for. I don't think
But he
there's a
did
band
like to fuck
that's
with him
ever
too.
opened for Ozzy
Well,
that
yeah.
that is dissed him, that has said he's fucking shitty.
Yeah,
I
no.
think they've all talked great about Ozzy
Great about him. Because the whole package had to be great, not just him or his band. The whole thing had to be good, and he always made sure that the bands were always happy.
Yeah, so there you go, Metallica.
But he gave them what they needed too. I mean, he didn't give them the shitty equipment. He didn't fucking fuck them over anyway and pay.
Give him like 1/10 of the stage.
Well, Sharon did that, not him.
Yeah.
All right, Mark. Night Ranger.
Night Ranger, who you gonna run to now? No, it's not Night Ranger.
It's a great song.
It's not New Order. It's not Depeche Mode. It's fucking Rush. Moving pictures, signals, Grace Under Pressure, Power Windows, and I even love Hold Your Fire.
You didn't pick U2.
Yeah, I didn't pick U2. They might be picked in another decade.
I can't imagine which one.
Oh, neither
We
can
won't
I,
know
'cause this
till we
fucker will
get
do it in
there.
2010.
There's literally no other decade that they were even remotely as good as they were in the 80s.
Well, he liked the album that got pushed to his phone.
That's true.
I did.
Oh,
There is no accounting for taste.
And I did buy it. I did buy the CD also that got pushed to my phone.
who was the rapper guy that had one too? A couple years after that, he dropped an album too. I can't remember.
I
It
don't
was
know,
terrible.
but I love Rush. My favorite band of all time, right behind me.
MC,
And when I got into Rush, it was the 80s. So that's my decade.
MC
Who?
something. It's kind of MC Steve Howe.
That's it.
No, I thought it was MC Trevor Rabin,
It was, yes.
the best guitarist.
No. If that would have gotten released, most people wouldn't have ever heard it.
At least none of you guys pick Guns N' Roses.
My number one is Guns N' Roses. Oh, what?
Well, I'll be honest. There was a lot of bands I wanted to put into my list. But I was kind of looking at volume of output too. Like there's some band like Cinderella is one of my favorite bands of all time that Jerry mentioned, but I just didn't put them in because I felt like just 2 albums wasn't enough to put them in there. But
that's why I kept saying to Mark, can't this be a top 20?
I had
like,
Night
we
Ranger.
wouldn't end until 3 a.m.
I had Night Ranger, Depeche
feels
Mode,
like we're already
Clear,
going,
New Order, Susie and the Banshees. I had a lot of those.
Hi,
bands.
folks. Jerry still hasn't said his number one.
Go ahead,
yet.
Jerry. I just want to get those out real quick.
I mean, again, this band had more albums out in the 90s, but their first 3 albums, fucking their debut, The Dark and Blessing in Disguise, are fucking 3 of the best metal albums of all fucking time. And I talk about this band all the time. I mean, I fucking love Metal Church.
You're number one, though, huh?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'm in love. I'm in deep smit there. I mean, I love that band so much. I always like Kurt Vanderhoof as a guitar player, man. The guy can write some great riffs. Fucking great singers. David Wayne, Ronnie Monroe, fucking the Trevor Rabin, and fucking Mark Lopes. Dude, loaded.
John Anderson.
Great fucking. I mean, seriously. All fucking great singers, dude, in that band. And there's not a weak album in the bunch, in my opinion, dude. And I hope they come up with another one. I keep hearing they're coming out with a new album, but I've heard.
I hope so.
Because they fucking rule, dude. Congregation of Annihilation rule.
Great album.
Freaking amazing.
Fucking fantastic.
I want to check out. I never knew that Kurt Vanderhoof was in a progressive rock band. I really want to check that out. I never.
He's in the band called, I think it's the Hall of Flame, I think, right?
No, it was something else.
Oh yeah. He's in another band too. Yeah, but anyway,
I don't know what it's called, but yeah,
fucking. I mean, every album was good. Hanging in the Balance was probably their weakest album. That's a '90s album. I'm just saying, but man, as far as a catalog, dude, some of the best fucking metal around, dude. In my opinion, at least, anyway.
Well, we need to rename this episode to the top 11 Trevor Rabin.
There we go.
Yeah,
exactly.
When I was at a thrift store one day, I found this, man, a Vanderhoof album.
Oh wow.
Cool.
Oh wow.
Nice.
So I was like,
dude, I want to go to this thrift store you go to, dude. What the fuck is it?
It's in Florida. Florida has all the good shit.
oh, dude, yeah, because all the people retired out here and get rid of their shit.
They do.
I
You're
know, right?
I miss Florida. I'd move back there in a heartbeat if I had the means to. I loved Florida. I really did.
Hey,
Presto
why-
Ballet was the band, Jerry.
Okay.
The Kurt Vanderhoof's progressive rock band.
I
was
don't
Presto
know that.
Ballet.
I don't,
What was it?
I
What was the name
don't
of
know
them?
Presto Ballet.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
came out
yeah,
the
I've
name.
heard of that.
It came out in like the early 2000s, and it was like a throwback to like 70s progressive rock. I've heard good things. I want to check it out.
I heard it, but I never listened to it.
I'm not even joking. One of the bylines on their Wikipedia page says that they are a throwback to the Steve Howe era of Yes. I'm not even joking. I am not even joking.
Okay.
That's why I haven't listened to them.
That's it.
See what they're a throwback of? The Steve Howe era of Yes. Nobody throws back to the Trevor Rabin era.
Only like people who love.
Because they don't need to
Trevor
throw
Rabin.
back to it
Lonely
because
And-
Trevor Rabin
and people
was
want to
his own
hear
man.
Fragile in its entirety.
Trevor
Not
Rabin is-
90125
Trevor-
not Beverly Hills 90210.
Trevor Rabin is timeless. I'm sorry. Cool.
What was Yes's number best-selling album? Let me hear it.
9021. You know.
Thank you.
Big generator.
Beverly Hills
You mean what was cinema?
Generator.
You mean what was cinema's best-selling album?
That is true. It was not
Whatever.
supposed to be Yes at first. You're right. I will give you
But
that.
most of Yes is in that band, so yeah, there you go.
And none of them wanted to call it that.
The record company made to do it. Yeah, you're right.
Ow.
Okay, well, that's it. That's our. Oh,
I have
no,
a couple
what?
honorable mentions. If I can just run through them real
Go
quick.
ahead, real
Go
quick.
for it.
I had Dokken, like I said. One I can't believe Mark didn't pick. Y&T.
I thought
Hey,
about picking
I got
one.
other decades I could pick Y and T in though.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Y&T came out like in 1979.
I
right?
thought I said them in the 70s.
No,
No,
I
you
didn't.
didn't.
No, I didn't. Okay,
Triumph, Queensryche, and I believe the one that Al was thinking I was going to pick. Were you thinking I was going to pick Fate's Warning?
Yeah,
Okay. They're
They're
all
on my-
honorable mentions.
they're on my honorable too.
Yeah.
Along with Voivod as well.
Oh, yeah. That's
They're
a
a
great
good
one.
band, yeah.
Great pick. Great pick.
Well, I had about 30 other bands, but I'll just name a couple that I don't feel like came up at all tonight that I feel belong in my honorable mentions is Bon Jovi and Wasp. Love both
yeah.
those bands. Everything they put out in the 80s was great. So,
Yeah.
I could pick Bon Jovi in another decade too. So.
Ugh.
I
Bon
can't,
Jovi is not
Why
Bon
would
Jovi
you,
anymore.
though?
He's Bruce
Why
Springsteen
would you,
now.
though?
because I like
Because
a
he
lot
likes
of,
the Trevor Rabin era of Yes better.
That's fair. That
Because he
actually
likes the
perfectly
Trevor
describes
Rabin
it.
He's a-
era of Bon
He's
Jovi.
he's a decade behind.
That's true.
He likes the Phil
He's
X
the one-
era of
He's the
Bon
one
Jovi.
that says-
Oh no!
What'd you say, Andy?
There's a lot of great
He's
albums
the one
coming
that
up
says,
in
I
another
like Three's
decade
the
by
Crown
them.
better than Three's Company.
Yeah.
You know, Bon Jovi was great in the 80s, but when they got Phil X, holy shit,
Yeah, man.
they really turned a corner.
I think you forgot about the '90s Bon Jovi and the 2000s Bon Jovi.
He's the
I
one
try
that's
to
about
forget about the 90s Bon
Yeah.
Jovi.
He's the one that's about to pick you two
I
in the
try
freaking
forgetting
2000s or
about
some shit.
Bon Jovi, period.
You never know that.
All right. Mark, finish this up, dude.
All right. That was our episode. And tomorrow on Freeform Rock Podcast, we got the great Bill Rosenberry. We're talking Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger. So check that out. And
Love
Jerry,
that
what do you got?
That might come up next week.
What do you guys got going on your show, Jerry?
I'm going to be starting a Trevor Rabin channel on YouTube because and we're going to debate Trevor Rabin and Steve Howe
I need to be on that.
5 days a week from 3 p.m. to 6
So
p.m. Tune in.
So Styx is heavy water and Trevor Rabin's gonna be toilet water or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's exactly what it's going to be. Toilet water, yeah. That's what I'm going to name it. Toilet water. Perfect. Yeah.
Jerry's going to be live on YouTube every day for 3
But,
hours, just waiting for people to come in the comments and debate him.
But anyway, yeah, Styx Heavy Water 7-7 with me and Joseph. We just did Paradise Theater. That'll be out on Sunday. That's a great fucking album. Then we're going into an album after that. I'm not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to our next.
Did we do
review.
Paradise on Freeform with Joseph?
Yeah, we did a
Not
real
with
like
me, no.
yeah, it was like a all of a sudden thing we did one time.
Okay.
But yeah, that and the Freeform, the BS, and yeah, And check me out on craniumradio.com on Tuesdays, 5 to 7 Eastern Time.
And next week's the 90s. Jerry won't be here. Are all you guys going to be there on the 90s?
I'll be here.
Sure.
I'll be here.
All right, man. So Jerry is going to give me
Plan
his
to.
list. All right, cool. So Joseph, what do you got going on?
Just heavy water.
You got Cranium.
And I got Cranium coming up, like I said, this Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Check me out. I'm excited. Happy to be here.
Al, man, you guys got stuff going, you and Andy.
I'm still working on getting an interview with, there was a 90s alternative band called Dig.
Got me
putting
into
out-
that. You got me into them.
Yeah, they're putting out a new album, and I'm gonna have two of the members on. We're gonna have two of the members on for an interview and talk about the new album, probably some of their history. I'm still working it out for next Tuesday. It might not happen next Tuesday, but it is gonna be on a future episode. It might be the following week or even the following week after that, but I'm trying to solidify it. And but if not, I'm gonna have another. I'll think of another topic for next Tuesday. But for now, I'm trying to get them on. So
Thought we were doing Petty.
Great fucking CD, by the way. I love this album.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that the week after because that's my pick.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know I'm off early on Tuesdays now.
Good. Thank
Cool.
you.
I'm just letting you know that I'm off early. I get off.
we can have you on or something.
Me and you have just been eliminated because of our Trevor Rabin list.
No.
I know, right?
No, Mark, thanks for letting me know because I do need you for that Tom Petty show.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
shall
you
be
got it.
there. Man, Mark, thank you for being on there. Fabio, thank you for being on there. Tim, thank you. Joseph, as always, thank you. Al, and thank you. Andy and Jerry, take us out, man.
Thank you, Trevor. Everybody else.
We love you, Trevor.
I'm gonna get him on our show. I'm gonna get him on our show for an interview just to spite you.
Oh, that's fun.
He won't fucking
And
invite us.
not invite them.
Yep.
And I will talk shit to him.
I was going to say, he'll probably say, those two
I'm
think you
sorry.
suck.
I really thought your name was Steve.
That'd be a
Those
great
two think
interview.
you
So,
suck.
Trevor,
That
how's it
Mark
feel
and
to be
Jerry,
the second
yeah.
best guitarist ever in your band?
That Mark and Jerry guy thinks you suck. All right. He thinks Steve Howe is like fucking the best. And anyway,
that's
guys,
how
thank you
me-
very much. You all be good, and we'll catch you later. I guess I'll see you guys on the 0-0.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's gonna be a sucky ass fucking decade.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be here for that.
I will be
Oh,
on
come on.
CraniumRadio.com from 11 to 2, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central on Sunday.
Real
And,
quick, what's your theme?
My theme is 1980s, so everything that's going on here, I'm going to
got it.
transform to the radio show on
Nice.
Sunday. I wrote down notes.
So
and
tune in
songs
for some
like-
Trevor Rabin era. Yes.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, changes, man.
he
I'm
can
going
play
to have a
solo
Trevor
drama.
Rabin set, which is going to be suck it.
Hey, Don't Look Back is better than either Steve Howe solo album. Sorry.
Who?
Don't
Steve
Look
who?
Back.
What? Steve who or Steve Howe? What's his name?
No,
Steve who?
Steve what?
Steve who?
All right, let's get the
How
fuck out of
night.
here, guys.
All right, guys. Later, guys.
Later, guys.
Good
Good night.
Bye-bye.
You took it too far. You got no leg to
Yeah.
stand on.